Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we are going to be playing some RESHEF of Destruction, which I am quite looking forward to. We are in the wrong category at the moment. We will sort that out when we actually start playing the game. But at the beginning of our streams we like to do a little bit of a yap, so I thought I would come into the Duel Links area because that's where most people will be looking for me anyway. And we are going to talk about Duel Links because, surprise, surprise, that's what we kind of do here. So I did want to talk a little bit about some of the different bits and bobs that have been happening with Duel Links. So obviously we've just had a new month roll around, which means we have new ranked rewards, which means we do have a new ranked card for Rush. I don't think it's going to realistically do a lot, but it exists. We have it, which is kind of neat. We also did just have the character duel update, which is actually really, really interesting. So we've cycled 2 characters out and cycled 2 new characters in. I don't know if this is going to be the trend going forward, if the plan is that we will just bring in some new characters, and as to not, I don't know, widen the pool, we're going to remove some. Now, the 2 characters they did remove were 2 of the stronger ones, right? We got Yuma out, which I think most people agree. Yuma was just the best deck by a mile. And then the Resonator deck, the RDA deck, is like, it's fine. It was pretty good. But like, I don't, in my mind, bear in mind, right, I am not a master character duel player, right? I don't know. There are some players that I think really get to like analyze it in like granular detail and fully understand like this is the best deck because of this, this is the second best deck because of this. I just play it very casually. I just go in there to get my rewards, and I've been doing that with Utopia, right? From my experience, the second and third most played decks after Utopia were DM and Blue Eyes. And they're annoying decks, but like, kind of fine. Jack Atlas, I guess, is probably the next strongest deck. I actually found the most annoying thing in character deck duels is just the Hollowed Life Barrier. Hollowed Life Barrier is the most annoying card in that entire mode. And if I could, I would remove that card. I have won and lost most of my character deck duel games. Well, I say won or lost. If my opponent has Hollowed Life Barrier, I will either just lose, or I will have my own Hollowed Life Barrier to counterattack them on the following turn, right? So I'll summon, I'll go to like pop their face down, they'll flip Hollowed Life Barrier. I'm like, okay, I will stop playing cards, I will set my own Hollowed Life Barrier, I will pass. Their turn, they try and pop my Hollowed Life Barrier, I flip it up, and then it goes back and forth. We just, who runs out of Hollowed Life Barrier first loses, right? That is just how character deck duels works, which is a bit weird. So that's the card that I personally would like to see removed. But right now, that is like default, I think in... Well, we've just, like we said, we just removed Yuma. But now I think it's Kaiba and maybe one other person that's in. But it's a weird one. It's definitely strange. It's definitely very, very strange. But before we jump into kind of talk about this book more in depth, we'll say hello to everyone in chat. So we have Darth Victor in the chat. Hello, hello, Darth Victor. We have Hit. Hello, hello, Hit. Welcome, welcome. 0-2 at the mo for me, both bricks. I don't know what we're talking about there, Victor. I don't know what specifically you're bricking in, but... We have Monosync in the chat. Good example of lazy balancing. Hello, Mono. It's also a weird one. Oh, we'll do an exclamation mark Mono real quick. But thank you for the subscription, Alex. 35 months in a row. That is kind of insane.
Dr_Alex just subscribed for 35 months.
But always, always, always a pleasure. It's... So I also wanted to say, Mono, I joined your stream last night because I was busy, unfortunately. Unfortunately, my Saturdays in general are quite busy, especially in the evening. But I tuned into your stream right as it was ending, and I didn't want to like like jump in and say hello right as the stream was ending. But I was there at the end. But hello, hello, Mono. Good example of lazy balancing. It's one of those like I kind of like the idea of keeping the format small. And I don't hate the whole, like, 2 come in, 2 come out. The thing that is going to be kind of sucky is if your, like, favorite deck leaves, that kind of sucks, right? But if we just work out what, like, the 2 best decks are, each format, and then replace them, that's not, like, necessarily a bad way to do it, because eventually it will sort of balance itself out. It's just, we're doing that so infrequently. If we're doing that every, like, 2 or 3 months, it's very rarely going to move the needle, right? And we also have a human Portuguese dub fan. Why are we re-destroying the shelf? That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. The reshelf of destruction. We have to destroy it. The shelf has to be destroyed again. That's just the world we live in. But yeah, the plan is, because I need to talk about this a little bit on the Discord. We're going to be playing through RESHEF of Destruction because we already did Sacred Cards. Once we're done with this, I think we're going to move on to Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days, which I know a lot of people aren't really going to give a shit about, but it's something that I give a shit about. And I do think card game RPGs are really, really fun. It's like one of my favorite like genres. Because I like card games, I like RPGs. Why not smush them together? Because usually it works out quite well. I think the first one I played of that kind of type was the Pokemon TCG for Game Boy Color, and that game is amazing. Still holds up. We have Hunter as well in the chat. Hello, hello. Hello, Tomato. Are you going to play the mod RESHEF or the OG? We're playing OG. We're playing OG RESHEF. And I should preface this by saying I have already started my save, right? Because RESHEF of Destruction requires a lot of grinding. And I figured rather than just doing all that grinding on stream, I would do the grinding off stream so that we have like a like we don't have like the strongest possible deck, obviously. We haven't like grinded to like the crazy degree, but we have a competent deck. So we should be okay, because RESHEF of Destruction is known for being like, here's a deck full of like 300 attack monsters, go. And you're just like, how am I supposed to win a game with this, right? So we've already done a little bit of that. Is RESHEF the hard one or Sacred Cards? RESHEF is the hard one. We've already done the easy one. The easy one, we bashed out in 2 streams, and it was very, very, very easy. Very, very easy. Because of the grind, I asked if you played the mod, which fixes that. Now we're playing vanilla. We're doing the grind, baby. We gotta go all out with it. Well, because the other thing is we're playing on the early days collection, which I don't know if the mod is for the ROM for the GBA, or if that is a or if it is a Yu-Gi-Oh early day collection like Steam Workshop thing. So, but we're playing it on early days collection. That is the plan. But I guess we'll hop into this quick. If we go over to here, it's disappeared. How has it done this? All right, that's fine. We can fix this. Chrome. Show me Chrome. There we go. I did just want to, again, briefly touch on some of the stuff we've already talked about. More specifically, it's going to be stuff like this. The character deck duels has got a new thing. I don't know. I have a weird relationship with Blackwings. I have a really weird relationship with them. I really, really liked... Why has the music stopped? That's exciting. Let's see if we can fix this. Go here. And then we do that. That should fix it. Right. I played Blackwings when they very first came out. And the first wave of support they got was just Shura, Bora, and... the other one? Gunkin Suship Shari just subscribed with Prime. Thank you, thank you. Gunkin Suship Shari, always a pleasure.
With Prime.
And there's the hype train as well. Mod is for GBA. Okay. A YouTube playlist been asked to me recently. Yeah, I don't know why. It's weird. But yeah, so I played this when it was like, before it was a real deck. Like before, like, Blizzard came out, before Shura came out. Obviously, I played after these cards came out as well. But I really liked that version of the deck. But like, the more modern version is just like a bunch of cards I don't really know what they do. And I don't know how I feel about this deck in character duels. I don't know. I'm not like vibing with it. But Kite Tenjo and the Photon deck, I think this looks really cool. This is what I want to play personally. Choo choo, hello Gunkin, welcome on in. The only downside with this deck is it's just got Book of Moon for protection, so I don't know if this deck is going to be good enough. I assume it probably will be. I think it'll be good at killing your opponent, maybe not so good at surviving your opponent. But I think that kind of sums up character duels to begin with, right? The other big thing to talk about, I guess, is this. Do we just bite the bullet now and just say this is tier 0? Because, like, before, it was like we only had a week's worth of results. So we didn't have, like, everything. And there is sort of this self-fulfilling prophecy, which is if everyone tells you something is the best deck, then a lot of people will just stop playing anything that isn't that and just play that deck, which will sort of create the Ouroboros, or the Ouroboros. Tomato, is it rush over? I think it's really funny, right? So first off, if we look at this, top 4 points. Points-wise, 68%. That's really, really, really good. If we look at actual representation, it's only 60%. Now, 60% is, for some people, still the cutoff of that's just a tier 0 format, but it's like barely. So, I think for me, right now, I would say Worm is barely a tier 0 format by statistics, right? As long as this number is above 60, I think that's where I'm kind of like, okay, I can kind of get this as a tier 0 format, right? But again, it's only barely, because I don't think we should look at points for that, because points is... It's sort of arbitrary, because it's my own point system, right? Whereas representation, this is just factual. People already tried hard enough to play other decks, but Worm just turned to you. There is no fun. The thing is, Worms is... Again, we've had this discussion a bunch, right? Worms is still very similar to Dark Galaxy. Now, Dark Galaxy, I think, is a much worse version of Worms, but fundamentally, they're doing the same thing. Turn 2, they can just kill you, and it's basically have, like, a Star Pro or die, right? And we've had that since Dark Galaxy Contact came into the game. And now Worm just does that, but better, because it's so easily able to generate resources. It's so easily able to just pop 2 cards out the way. It's easier to build a board than it is in Dark Galaxy. It just does everything better. It just does everything better. A deck build box will surely shake the meta. The question is, are we even going to get a deck build box? Because we had... where was it? It's got to be in here somewhere, right? August upcoming updates. We had this, which generally will tell us when we're getting, like, a new product. But it hasn't told us anything. Early August, we're getting the Turbo Duel Grand Prix, which we have right now. And then mid, we're getting Duelist Road. And we'll probably get a box at some point. Whether or not it's this month or early next month is another question entirely. But I don't think it's probably going to come out before the cutoff for Worlds. Which is very weird, because that means for Worlds, we're probably going to be in this meta. Which is really funny, because for Speed, I've seen a lot of people saying that Speed is now in the best meta it's been in all year. And for Rush, a lot of people are saying this is the worst meta we've had all year. So it's like, it's very weird. Very, very weird. We did have 2 tournaments not won by Worms. We can get more trust. The thing is, so I'll show you the front here. All the tournaments we feature have a minimum of 16 active players, right? So I only put tournaments in here that have enough of a sample size that I, by my own arbitrary decision, have judged to have enough to be a result that means something, right? Now, by all means, you could disagree with that. By all means, you could take other ones into account. But that's why on this list, it only says that Dark Magician is the only tournament that's won, because one of the ones that was won by a non-Worm was lower than 16 players. Now, there was, like, an exception to that, which is why this says active, which was, I think, one of Quantum's tournaments had exactly 16 sign up, but, like, 4 people didn't play their first round. So it was basically, like, a 12-person tournament. So because of that, it was, like, it doesn't count because it wasn't 16 active, right? But hello, Dwan. Welcome, welcome. Worms made me think that Konami were right to not allow different archetypes to share a skill. Kinda? It's one of those... So, skills add so much power and consistency to these decks that effectively we've hypercharged every deck in Duel Links to the point where if we were allowed to just mix and match whatever we want, you could just create, like, the pile, and the pile would probably just be the best deck, right? Red Eyes is just worse Dark Galaxy, so we have the same deck being top tier since March. It's a weird one. So, Red Eyes is in a weird spot, because Red Eyes can play on a weird axis, because you summon a bunch of non-effects, right? You have your actual Red Eyes, and then you have your Meteor Black Dragon, which are non-effects, which means they are unaffected by Shady. Both the previous decks we've had, which was Dark Galaxy and Red Eyes, were really bad specifically into Star Protector's protection. But Worms is really bad specifically into Shady. You get a lot more value out of Shady in this meta than you would in the last couple of metas, which means Red Eyes theoretically could have an okay time. The problem Red Eyes has now is the skill is, like, it's fine, but it's just not quite good enough. And the value you get out of the Red Eyes deck, like the actual monsters, and the value you get out of their effects, depends on the order you draw them in. So, Worm's skill just kind of goes, yeah, you can just search whatever you want, whatever you need, you've got it, fam. Bam, here you go. Whereas Red Eyes goes, you're missing this very specific thing. Well, don't worry, I can get you that, but I'm not going to make the rest of the play easy for you, right? You still have to draw everything out in the right order in order to get all the plays going. So, like, it's in a bit of a weird spot where I just think it's not consistent enough. A lot of men die during that process, yeah. The problem with Red Eyes is that it's kind of slow at summoning multiple guys. I don't think it's actually that slow. Right, we'll wait for the ads. We'll wait for the edges. So we'll just let those tick down, and while they do, we'll hydrate. Another 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back from the edges, everyone that get hit with edges. So, I don't think Red Eyes is slow, quote unquote, at putting guys on the board. What it is it is very reliant on drawing a good hand to make those boards. So, there was a time during the Deckmaster Cups where we would see Iserius pilot that deck, and on turn 1, he would end on, like, 3 bodies. Like, 3, like 2 fusion summons and, like, a guy. And it was like, this is kind of crazy. The problem is, getting that is so difficult because the deck is too inconsistent. If you just open, like, the good hands, that deck can do so much with so little. The problem is, if you don't open a good hand, the deck is kind of ass. Whereas, for Worms, a good hand, a lot of the time, just means a skill target, right? If you just open a Helmet or a Barkhammer, you're probably fine, but you're probably just off to the races, because the skill will sort the rest of it out. Whereas the Red Eyes deck doesn't do that, because the skill isn't that kind of skill, right? I didn't feel that slow in March. I mean, that's exactly what we're saying, right? But back then, the format was slow enough that as long as your opponent didn't... Like, if you open a bad hand as Red Eyes, and you go first, as long as your opponent doesn't open... like we say, like, a really, really good hand, you're probably going to be fine. So you have time to, like, clap back. So it's this weird, like, who can draw the good stuff first? Like a weird little tug of war there. Anyway, got to go. I'm on holiday. I hope you have a good holiday, Gunkin Suship Shari. Take me with you. It did. You set 3 monsters. They almost never kill you. Well, that was, again, one of the big weaknesses of Red Eyes, right? Was you had the ability to pop a monster out the way, and then get in for some big attacks, but if they had 3 monsters, then you pop 1, they still got 2, and then you have to attack the other 2 out the way, and then you only get 1 direct attack, so you're only really getting 3,500 attack in, and that's if your hand would allow it, right? Hello, Serena! Speed looks like sunshine and rainbows compared to this. Holy. Yes, well, I watched a video from Icy today, and it was basically saying about how a lot of people were saying this is like one of the best speed metas of all time, and he showed his tier list. Now, again, it's just Icy's tier list, so I'm not going to sit here and say, like, that is a definitive look at how the meta looks right now. But it looked pretty good, right? It looked like there was a lot of decks for each tier. Everything looked quite balanced. It looked... To be fair, you could also be, like, 3 of those decks were... Thank you for the subscription, Brad. Welcome on in. Always appreciate it.
It's Brad has just subscribed with Prime.
Hey... But it's... A lot of those decks in that tier are branded, bestial, and bestial branded. So it's like, maybe, like, those take up a lot of slots, and they are, again, like 2 different decks, and then, like, 1, like, hybrid deck of the 2. But I think they still count as different decks, like, fundamentally, right? But it's an interesting one. It is a very, very interesting one. Because, like, looking at it as well, it looks like dinosaurs are doing a bit better than they were. They got, like, a new card, which apparently is doing quite well. I haven't managed to, like, delve too deep into that yet, but it is something I definitely want to look into. Especially because, in terms of, like, stream content for the future, like, right now, without a new product coming out, do we really want to just be grinding ladder with, like, bad decks against Worm for ages and ages and ages? I think I'd rather play, like, character duels and speed right now. Like, which I'm probably going to do, because, again, I still like those formats. So it's going to be a good time either way. Where's Cyburst? In the garbage can because it sucks. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But then again, I think it's fine. I don't really like Cyburst as, like, a deck, so I'm kind of fine for it to not be anywhere. Hey, Corey. Welcome, welcome. Brad, in your last video, you showed the old leaks tab on DLM. I'm gonna show you how to Konami. Oh, no. Did I miss most of the yapping already? I mean, we've done a bit of yapping. Use nerf decks like Gradius or Dark Galaxy. That is what I'm doing, to be honest. The thing is, it's like, for what? Right? Like, what do I get out of that? Like, I can't make a video out of that. That's not going to be, like, a ton of fun. So, like, it's... outside of doing, like, some kind of wacky, like, challenge. Like, I saw Sorabia was doing a, like, Nuzlocke to Cog. And the logic was that every time he loses with a deck, he has to swap deck. I think that could be pretty fun. Releasing Code Talkers without new boss monsters was definitely a decision of all time. Yeah, it is a bit weird. But then again, it looks like we're going to be getting Blue Girl, right? So with that in mind, maybe they'd like, we don't want to just absolutely stuff this box with cyber stuff, so we're going to throw some of it now, throw out like this new skill, and then give you more support in the next box? Like, maybe? Because at the very least, that would be more like Vrainsy. Code Talk is actually so ass. Give access code, all firewalls, and protect code. The thing with something like access code is, access code was one of the, like, the four... It wasn't the four horsemen of the end board, or whatever the hell it was called, but it's one of those cards that was seen in every single deck when it was being used. Now, to be fair, we've already got some of those, right? We've got Phoenix Enforcer, we've got Dragoon. These are cards that were seen in every single deck, but for a very different reason, because in TCG, obviously, we had... what's the Link Predator Plant? You know the one that gets you a fusion spell. But, you know, that was a reason to play it in anything. But access code is a link monster, which means a lot of decks should be able to have access to it very, very easily. The question becomes is, would access code be as good in Duel Links as it was in TCG/Master Duel, is the question. Bertie, that's the one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're getting Blue Maiden, not Gal. We're getting the second one. We're not getting... I'm trying to remember. It was Blue Angel, then it was Blue Girl, then it was Blue Maiden, right? We're getting the middle one. We're not getting the Marincess one. I believe. I believe that's what we're getting. Access code, skill, send one monster of each attribute in graveyard. I mean, it would work, right? We're getting Blue Gal. There we go, then. Blue Maiden is an actual fraud. I think they're just trying to, like, hold off on it. Because it is a bit weird that there's still so many characters that we haven't got from Vrains. But part of me is like, are they trying to hold out for if they get released in TCG? Or are we just like... Because, like, at this point, what are we going to do with, like, Blood Shepherd? Like, his deck's probably not getting printed. And if it is, it's not going to be for a while by the looks of things. So who even knows? Who even knows? But, with that all said and done, I think it is probably about time that we actually start playing the game that we come here to play today. We're going to play RESHEF. We can still yap, we can still chat about different bits and bobs, obviously. But I think we should actually start playing the game. So, RESHEF of Destruction is a weird Game Boy game. So we're going to talk about this a little bit before we hop in. It is meant to be one of the hardest Yu-Gi-Oh games. Now, there's a lot of games that hold that title. So Forbidden Memories holds that title because of the gauntlet at the end and how grindy the game is. RESHEF of Destruction is a weird game because Sacred Cards came out. And Sacred Cards was so unbelievably easy. I went into that game, completely blitzed it. We didn't need to, like, metagame. We didn't need to do any grinding whatsoever. We just went through, completely blitzed that game. Easy peasy. And it got the feedback that it was too easy. So what the developers did was they made RESHEF of Destruction, which is meant to be the most grindy, difficult, painful game. To the point where your life points do not refill after each duel. If you want to refill your life points, you have to go back to a save point, basically, and refill them. If you want to fill your deck with strong cards, you need to raise your deck capacity. Now, in the last game, deck capacity increased by something like 15 for a win. Now, it increases by 1 for a win. So that just goes to show how grindy it's going to be by comparison. And they fill your deck with absolute garbage at the start, and you have to grind out a bunch of good cards as you go. So, Like, we have Borrelend, but not Barincess. Like, I'm a rocket connoisseur, but still, it doesn't make sense. Well, it doesn't have to make sense, right? In terms of the way that Duel Links works, they don't tend to give a shit about the release order either in the anime or in the show. Or TCG, that's the word I'm looking for. Or OCG. The thing they seem to care about is they want the characters released in some sort of order that sort of makes sense. Then they don't give a shit about the cards. That's how it feels, right? They're like, we would ideally not like to release characters out of order. We want the characters to come out in some sort of order that makes sense. But their cards, we don't give a shit. Here is Contact Fusion for Yugioh, which at the time of release was still one of the best decks in OCG. We're just going to throw that into Duel Links, right? And then you're sat there like, we have Contact Fusion. We still don't have Ecdysis Kaiserleon from Sevens, which is going to be garbage. So it's a really weird situation they've kind of put themselves in. The rest of the speed characters this year is just Blue Angels ults. I mean, it could be. It genuinely could be, which is really funny. I'm more interested to see which characters Rush will get from now. This is not Vanguard Deer Days. I never said that. We said Vanguard Deer Days would be after this game. We already spoke about that. Hello, Islet. Welcome, welcome. Chupataro, Mitsuko, London. I mean, ideally all three, right? Garbage, so Cybers. Well, I really disconnected for the game. I played the last days, got rusty. I was in the US. Well, I hope you had a good time in the US. For all I care, they can give Rocket overframes to me in Duel Links. Alt Star Revolver would like to disagree with that. Well, it's an alt style. Alt style isn't like a character, right? An alt style is a skin. By that logic, like, oh, Kaiba's alt style should have been the first thing introduced into the game, right? You know? I don't think we can hold alt styles to the same level of scrutiny, personally. But, as we were saying about RESHEF, RESHEF has a lot of grinding involved, because it's meant to be very, very difficult. Because of that, I've already done the first bit of grinding, which basically you start the game, you have a little bit of a cutscene, there's a little bit of a yappy sesh, and then you immediately go in to do some grinding, right? So, what I'm going to do now to simulate the beginning of RESHEF of Destruction is we're just going to watch the intro cutscene. I'm just going to chuck it on. We'll see if this is too loud or not. We should find out as the music kicks in. This looks like it's probably okay. So this is the intro to RESHEF of Destruction that we won't get to see because I've already done a bit of grinding. Oh, who is that? That could be anyone. Right, I'm not going to read through all of this because it's a bit awkward. But this is basically just them, you know. We've just won Battle City. We're all vibing after Sacred Cards. We had all 3 God cards. We're going to go on the Duel Express. That's the big thing that's happening. There's a tournament. The tournament's going to be held on a train. We're going to have a great time with it, right? That is where we're at right now. We're waiting for Yugi to show up. And if he doesn't get here soon, we're going to miss the Duel Express. And then Yugi shows up. And then Yugi is going to tell us now that the Millennium Puzzle has been stolen. He woke up, the Millennium Puzzle was gone, so he is just little Yugi for the foreseeable future on this. Then we head out. We find Taya. The Millennium Puzzle is gone, but how did that happen? And then Ishizu comes out of nowhere. She wants to just exposit at us. Millennium Puzzle has disappeared. Please, I need your help. Expected. Please bear with and listen to my words carefully. I've come to ask you duelists for help. I need to defeat RESHEF, the Dark Being. I understand this cover is confusing. Overly strong duelists ruined before it's too late. All the Millennium items have disappeared. This is likely due to RESHEF. And he's taken the Egyptian God cards, which re-released RESHEF. The ritual stole the Egyptian God cards. The cards are now drained from power and turned into stone. And the world's going to be destroyed if we don't stop it, guys. The only Millennium items can restore the power to the former glory. The items have been scattered all over the world. So we have to go around the entire world, collect all the Millennium items, That will let us release the Egyptian god cards, and then with the power of the Egyptian god cards, we can defeat RESHEF the Dark Being. That is the plan. And then that is basically where we're at. Then after this, it stops. It drops us in, and then we're ready to actually play the game, right? There we go. That is it. That is everything. You're now caught up. Let's try and catch up with chat as well. Screw GX World update. Give us Blue Angel World update. You want a Blue Angel World? That would be interesting. Needless to say. I would still really like a Go Rush time skip world update. I think that would be awesome because you could easily do skin updates or alt styles for so many different characters, including characters we've just gotten, right? So you could just do Yuhi in his school uniform. You could do Asana in school uniform. You can do what's her name? What's Yuhi's sister called? Why is that left my brain for some reason? But basically, you could just do like update to everyone's outfits based on what happened in the Go Rush time skip, and then everyone gets new cards. So like Yuhi could get Jointech Hero, we could get his Maximum, we could get the fusion monster that he gets between his Scorpion and the other one, like the Bug Fusion. I think that'd be sick. And then, you know, all those characters are already there. We already know they don't give a shit about continuity when it comes to just like throwing in stuff for characters that already exist, which includes alt styles. I think it'd be really, really fun. This will transition perfectly into RESHEF in Rush reveal soon. Exactly! RESHEF is coming to Rush, which is going to be huge. We're going to go straight from this, straight into that. Is that Alexander the Great from the anime? No, it's not Alexander the Great, unfortunately. Unfortunately, spoiler alert. Surely not main villain of the game, right? They should make Yu-Gi-Oh! Game where you start as a broke college student trying to invest into decks to win worlds. Win tourneys and get Nintendo Switches and then sell them to get more cards. I think you'd have to put the air fryer in. You have to have the air fryer in there somewhere. Then they do the Ancient Era Go Rush for the world update after that. You've been asking for Jointech Hero for like 2 years now. I don't know why we still don't have Jointech Hero. I'm sorry. That card is just not that good. And it should have been out so long ago, and it would have been a top tier deck if it released when I first said about it coming out. And it would have been awesome. Calm down, that New World update are too much effort for Konami. I mean, they do it every year, right? It's just, what are they going to do this time? Jointech Hero is the avatar. One of these days we will get Jointech Hero, and it will be peak. Alright, let's boot this up. So I'm going to turn the music off, because this game's going to have its own music. I haven't done audio balancing for this yet, so we're going to have to see how this goes. If we go over here. Okay, some of this side of the screen is going to get cut off, so it should be fine though. Alright, play games. Bam, bam, bam. RESHEF of Destruction. We're jumping in. Here we go. When the world needed Jointech Hero most, he vanished. Alright. So this is where we are. Let's take a look at our deck first. This is my deck. We have Baby Dragon. You guys should know Baby Dragon. This card is the most powerful normal summon in my deck. We have a 1200 guy. And his cost is 121, which is actually disgusting. That's actually a disgustingly expensive cost for this card. My highest attack monster in general in this deck is Flame Swordsman. So this is going to kind of give you a vibe for the sort of power level that we're working with here. So Flame Swordsman has an effect in this game, and it's just a main deck monster. And it has the power to wipe out all dinosaurs on the foe's field. Now, spoiler alert. I am not expecting us to ever run into dinosaur monsters, let alone dinosaur monsters that we'd want to pop with this effect. So, Flame Swordsman is just an 1800 beat stick, and he's in it just because he only has 400 points. Then the deck takes a bit of a nosedive, right? Skull Servant, we got Karibo, we got Wings of Wicked Flame, we got the Bewitching Phantom Thief, we've got Phantom Duan, not that Duan, different Duan. We have Lala Liliun. We have Final Destiny. This card is in here because it only costs 15 points. And this basically just destroys every card on the field and in both players' hands. Which is kind of correct. We have Wing Cleaver. We got Kaminari's Everyone should remember this guy as Tristan's like Pikachu clone from Capsule Monsters. Then we have this guy. This guy is pretty good. So this is Hourglass of Life. So an enchanted hourglass that can exchange strength for vitality. It can power up all monsters on the own field for 1,000 life points. So we pay 1,000 life points. This will boost every monster on my field by 500 attack, which still isn't great, but is good enough for this game. So we have Wicked Mirror 700, we have Furious Sea King as 800, we have Serpent Marauders as 700, we have Cyber Commander, which again, everyone should know this as Tristan's, like, spirit monster or whatever from, like, Season 1. We got Hane Hane, who's a vanilla. We have Amazoness Archers. This reduces the attack of monsters when they attack. I think it's by 500, but it doesn't actually say. We have Lightning Conger, then we have Eater Bagoon, Bear Traps, we have Invisible Wires, and we have Beckon to Darkness. This is our deck. And if you look at the top, our deck capacity is 1745 out of 1749. So we are maxed out. This is the strongest deck we can build, and it is full of wimps, which just kind of gives you the vibe that this deck is, or this game is going for, when it's trying to be really difficult, right? Yellow Button can make whichever deck the meta deck, so guys, relax. We wait for Yellow Button. Enter card here. But which Yellow Button do you want? That's the question. Baby Dragon possessing infinite potential. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Farm Rex Raptor. I don't even know if Rex Raptor is here right now. I think we'll run into him later in the story. So just to give you a vibe of how this game works, I will have a duel against Yugi. So we're going to duel against him. Let's do a cost. We'll put a Spellbinding Circle up as our ante. Right. So as you can see, there is like a weird cursor that is flying around the screen in this game. The way that that works is, every single turn, it is going to check to see if there is a continuous effect on the field, and then try and resolve it like that. Like, every single time we do anything, it's going to be like, is there a continuous effect? Is there a continuous effect? Is there a continuous effect? Which is the worst possible way they could do this, but it is the way they have decided to do it. So, right, that is a boosted up Man-Eater Bug with 1100 defense, which is pretty rough. So now we pass. The Cooler Dwan? Oh no. Right, Invisible Wire is going to take out his monster that he tribute summoned. Thankfully it wasn't a summoned skull, otherwise I would have been bullied there. Right, we're going to summon out Karibo. We'll get in with Karibo for 300, and we'll get in with Wicked Mirror. So this is the vibe of this game. These are going to be long duels, because we have tiny attack power and still 8,000 life points. Right, he had a Man-Eater Bug, that got killed. Right, so now I'm going to tribute Karibo. Which, by the way, you can just tribute your cards. Even if you don't legally have something to summon, you can just send them to the graveyard. Right, we'll get in with Wicked Mirror, and we'll get in with Flame Sword. My biggest boy. If this Flame Swordsman gets outed, we might be in a bit of a awkward situation. Phantom Dwan goes crazy, the Cooler Dwan. The guy she tells you not to worry about. Not the 2016 Duel Link staple, tribute for cost with no effort. That's what we need. Right. We could have even killed that with our Skull Servant, which is very funny, but I did not have faith. Because why would we? Why would we think that a Skull Servant could defeat anything in combat? So the other thing this game has, if anyone watches us play Sacred Cards, you already know about this, but this uses a, like, type system, where different types have a strong, like, advantage against other types. So if I attack with the right type against my opponent, I will instantly kill them. I'm just going to get rid of that, because I can. Because the duel is over anyway. Bam, there we go. RESHEF created the solution to Veiled and Imperm. Exactly. We got left arm of the Forbidden One, guys. Looks like you're doing things right. Alright, so now we are going to try and work out how to get to the train. I think the train is over here. Domino Station. Yeah, this is the only other place we can go. You're duelists? Yes. Ah, you are? Then please, step on board. Just kidding, it's never that easy. If you wish to board the Duel Express, you'll have to get by us first. Winning this tag duel is your boarding pass. I wasn't expecting things to be a cakewalk, but who would have imagined a tag duel to test our skills? Well, I don't think we have a choice. There's no way every duelist in the world can fit into the train. I guess that's true, but in a tag duel, you need a partner. Tomato, who do you want to team up with, me or Yugi? Listen, I don't know how to say this, Joey. It's not you. Okay, you can count on me, Tomato. Now they say this is a tag duel. We're just gonna duel one-on-one. But both of us are just gonna do it because this game doesn't have the technology to use tag duels. All right, let's go. You in defense. We'll set just this. Let's see what he's got. Summons. It was Buku. Buku's actually kind of strong. With this, I think we're just going to go for you. We'll get him with Lalaliu. We'll get him with Wicked Mirror. We're going to set another trap card. Goes defensive. He can't beat my guys. My monsters are too powerful. Ah, I got greedy and punished. Alright, we can beat that. It's a good thing we didn't attack with the winged cleaver, because that would have actually died because he was a fire type. Heavy storm! You jerk. Right, that is a bit of a setback. Alright, we're going to... I really don't want him to tribute, so I think we're just going to attack with this. Right. He goes defensive, okay. That's good. That's what we want to see. Baby dragon! Right. God, why has he got a 750 defense guy? What a jerk. Right. And now he has an 800 guy. So this is the thing. We're having like this weird back and forth, and we're only playing wimps in the deck. It's so weird. Right, we'll summon out our fire. Baby dragon will swing him. Get him for 700 attack. You also got to say to me, I watched the 3 episodes Bleach special. Holy peak. Yes, I went to the cinema to watch it. I thought it was really, really good. I will say, I wasn't a big fan of like what they did with Yoruichi, because it's just like, I don't know, it's like hyper-sexualized, which is like, it's fine, I guess, if you like that sort of thing, but like, I find it like a little bit almost like embarrassing. I was just like, I'm glad I didn't come to watch this with anyone else. Ah, Petite Dragon killed my guy. So because he's wind and I was earth, wind just beats earth, so we just got to completely wipe it out. Which is kind of a feels bad moment, but it is what it is. Right, we'll attack over this with our serpent. We'll get him with Honey Honey. Classic Kubo. The fight scenes, though, were absolutely incredible. I really like seeing you-know-who's Bankai. It was awesome. Right, let's... I think we will tribute this. So I want to get this out of the hand. So I'm going to go for 12, put him down at 1850. Unfortunately, 1850 means that we can't kill him next turn no matter what, really. I'm glad I emptied my hand a little bit, though. Right, since we can't kill this turn either way, I'm going to use the effect of Hourglass. Just to try and guarantee that we're in a good position for the next turn. All of Yugioh's transformations are like that one. Does she have any more? Right, we'll swing over this. And then we will finish it. I don't know why people are so shocked about it. Well, up to this point, all Yoruichi has done is turned into a cat. She has used Shunko, which is just the material on her back can't be there because it gets blown off. And then it's like she had the big, like stone-looking things on her arms. That's it. That's all we've seen from Yoruichi. Shunko's used in Soul Society, but Shunko is not as revealing as that one. Like, it is very much not the same thing. I will tell you that. She loses more clothes the stronger she gets. But alright, so at the very least in the anime for that, it is shown as it's just the clothes on her back get blown off. And that's it. That's why she has, like, a tailor-made outfit, so that she can use it without having to lose more clothes. Alright, we got our life points back. I wonder if they'll make us duel again to get on this train. That'd be really funny. No, okay, we're fine. Horngo was peak. What was Horngo? I found them. Right, Panic is also here. The Duel Express is reserved for duelists only. I'm raring to go. I won't lose. Me neither. It'll be a while until we reach the Egypt exhibition. Let's raise our duelist levels while we can. Oh. I was trying to talk to that guy, but this works, I guess. This train is bound for the Egypt exhibition. We will be departing shortly. Why not board now and spend some time dueling? I'm gonna raise my duelist level here. Then I'm going to go to the next car. This train's stopping at the Egypt expedition, right? Welcome aboard the Duel Express. We will be leaving very shortly. Forward, all clear. Rear, all clear. All clear for dueling. Duel Express is good to go. I'm gonna give it my best shot. Our Duel Express is on the go. Okay. The level of competition is higher in the next car. Like, do I have to, like, duel you? You wish to duel against me? Very well. Can you beat me at your duelist level? I mean, we're going to find out in a second, I suppose. Or Ichigo? Ah, right. I see. Yeah, I mean, we didn't get to see a lot of it, right? It was sort of just like a teaser. Why? Alright, it's because it's effect. Yeah, I want to use this as my anti. Alright, let's see what our train conductor friend has. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing more, obviously. But then again, I've been waiting like 10 years to have this show finally end, so... A 900 defense? Oh god, I might have underestimated this guy. Okay, he's gone defensive, thank god. Although this is still very scary. Right, we'll summon this out. I'm going to activate the effect. I'm also going to set this. So, in this game, you can't attack the turn using effect, so this guy can't attack anymore. So I basically gave up his attack to set up the board. One thing I didn't like was because he jumped between fights a lot. I get that, but that's also kind of, like, normal, so I'm not too, like, upset with it. We'll go 12, we'll go 12. I do get how a lot of the time you like the fights to, like, not be jumping around and not be interrupted. You kind of want, like, just one straight long fight, but again, I'm not, like, too bothered by it personally. I'll put this in defense. Okay, it was another 900 defender. Get in for 12. Get in for 12. Pass. Right, let's get in for 12. Get in for 12. And get in for 12. Perfect. Perfection. I would really like, though, a game like this. Because obviously we don't really have Yu-Gi-Oh! RPGs anymore. What was the last one we got? It was probably the 5Ds version of Tag Force. But I would love to get, like, a Rush Duel version of this. Because we have the Rush Duel Switch games, which are, like, they're fine, but they're not... They're, like, RPG-light rather than actual RPGs. I like it when you can, like, walk around, right? You can engage with everyone. You can... I mean, I suppose the first one was more like that. The second one is basically all menus. The Go Rush one, which I think is a bit disappointing. Ha ha ha! You'll go no further. Ha ha ha! My name is Panic. The Millennium items will never be yours. Uh-oh. Ha ha ha! Looks like we've entered a tunnel. And darkness gives me power. It's time to duel. Uh-oh. Especially one of my favourite fights is getting sidelined for Yoruichi and Urahara's tomfoolery. I like... What fight is your favourite, then? Is it the Uryu fight? Is that the one that you're really excited for? Because, like, I think if they've skipped a fight, they're not going to, like, skip it. They're going to go back to it and give it center stage, right? I don't really like the giant guy. Like, his fight, I'm kind of like, eh. Like, it's neat because it's like a... It's like a team-up fight, which is... you don't usually get to see those guys team up, but at the same time, it's like, eh. So he is Shadow. Let me just get out my type chart so I can just play around with stuff I need to. So... Which one is he? That's not... Is that Dark? This is Fiend. Fiend beats Dream, so Dream beats Dark. I don't have Dream. I can't beat it with this. This is actually a really annoying one. I guess we're just going to defend for this turn. We don't really have a good hand for this. Tribute summoned. Succubus. Okay. This is... So I still need a Dream to beat this, which I still don't have. Alright, we're going to defend again, and then we might have to wipe the board next turn. Okay, 1650 there. How big is this other one? 780, because it's getting a boost from the field. These are really good cards, but I can't use them here. So... I think we're just going to have to Final Destiny. Which gets rid of absolutely every card. Yuryu versus Hashwok is peak. Toshiro the Fraud are coming. I've seen, like, some spoilers about Toshiro. Like, he gets, like, a new form or whatever. Which, like, I don't hate that. Mystic Lamp's effect, inflict damage to the opponent. Okay, so we basically attack me directly there. Okay. Right, we have our own Darkness card now. Right, hopefully we've wrestled control and we'll be able to keep this, but we'll see. They show it in the first trailer. The thing is, it's not, like, super obvious until you see it, like, during an episode. Because of how his new form is, it's like... It's very easy to just be like, oh, they just animated this weird, right? Alright, I'm probably going to lose my Hourglass here. Yeah, because he's playing the entire deck for the Shadow. Well, we finally have a Dream. So Dream should just beat this by default. We'll get him for 1410. We'll get him for 12. To be fair, he is really handsome in the new form. Yeah. I mean, I imagine it's just the same, but bigger, right? But... Alright. Are we gonna... Yeah, okay, we have lethal. So we beat Panic. Now, is there going to be much more out of this? Dual victory! Your deck capacity increased by 1! Violet Crystal. This is the zombie one? Yeah, base boosts the zombie's attack power. Ugh. We're now arriving. This is our last stop, the Egypt exhibition. I may have lost the duel, but you will never get the Millennium items. Bye, Panic. I'll have you know that my papa has many rare cards. Or does he now? Ho ho ho, you wish to challenge me? Papa, show him you're the best. Yes, dear, put him in his place. Right, we're dueling Papa, apparently. I didn't even press the duel button, because there's a different button for talk and to duel. And it basically has forced us into this. And our life points are already not recovered from our first duel, so... Hopefully things will be fine, but we'll see. Blast Juggler. I don't know how strong Blast Juggler is, so I don't know if I should be scared or not. Right, get him for 7. Get him for 7. So far, so good. Black Pendant. Uh-oh. 1500 White Magical Hat! Okay. We need to get rid of that. Beckon to darkness. That could have gone very wrong for us if we did not have an immediate answer to it. We're still in not a great spot. If he summons a big guy again, we have to use Hourglass to be able to attack over it. Okay, there's 1,000, yeah. Ooh, we're gonna have to go down to 19 as well. Switching positions in battle phase. There are no phases in this. It's just do stuff when you can. Swing over, get him for 200. Hopefully 212 should be fine. Unless he has like another equip spell. Oh, get a shadow. That's annoying. And there's a trap card. Okay, the trap card should alleviate any kind of bad juju we got coming in. Get over that. Get him for 7. And we'll pass. Yeah, I don't know what's going to go on with Duel Links at the moment. Like we say, it feels like everything's going very, very well for speed. Like, very, very well for speed. But when it comes to Rush, obviously the meta is in a bit of a shaky spot. I don't even think, like, Worms is, like, the worst thing to be, like, the best deck. But it's just unequivocally the best deck, right? I think a lot of people don't like Maximums, but I actually think people have been getting distracted by the Maximum. Saying that, like, that's the worst part of it. The Maximum is, like, it's so... The Maximum is, like, a noob stomper. Whereas, like, the rest of the deck, like the fusions, that's where the power of the deck is, in my opinion. Speed is really healthy, I feel. Well, it's funny because speed came off of being awful, right? Everyone was like, this is one of the worst speed metas of all time when it was Stardust tier 0 meta. And now, we're sort of in Worm tier 0 meta. Now, there is a big difference in that Stardust felt like it was almost insurmountable, whereas Worms you can beat, it's just... It is very favoured in, like, every matchup, right? I mean, that's a neat card. I'm never going to use it. It's like Dragoon in speed. What do you mean by that? Oh, because it's a noob stomper. Kinda, yeah. Right, so the thing is, the Maximum is very annoying, and if you don't have the out to it, it is very annoying. But the Maximum isn't what wins games most of the time. The Maximum is a really cool tool to go into that is like a side option, and against some decks, like I would make an argument that going into the Maximum is usually correct against something like Gradius. But realistically, the problem that the deck has, like the big, this is the thing that makes this like a tier 0 / best tier 1 deck, is Dragoon. Dragoon, or Build Dragoon, we should say, just not to confuse it with Dragoon since we're talking about Dragoon and speed. Build Dragoon, being able to get you a fusion monster so easily without having to tribute summon your Barkhamart, does so much for the deck. If you remove Dragoon from that deck, like if we banned Dragoon, if we didn't release Dragoon, if we changed the skill so you couldn't use Earth, that deck would be so bad, in my opinion, because Dragoon does so much heavy lifting. And then, obviously, Dangerous Barkhamart, his effect is just broken, right? It's just being able to pop 2 cards is insane. I lost. I must buy more expensive rare cards. I only came for the Egyptian exhibition. I had no clue that dueling was my husband's hobby. I wouldn't have imagined it in a million years. I'll have you know that my papa has many rare cards. I mean, I just beat your papa, so... I like how we can just get people trapped as well. We can just get, like... Joey can just get trapped on, like, the cars and stuff. A giant man, you say? He disembarked and headed to the Egypt exhibition. Can I go up here? No, I can't. Oh. I still hate Lab and Speed. I haven't really heard about Lab much. I haven't played Speed. To be fair, I haven't played Speed since... I played a little bit when Stardust came out, but since Stardust came out, I've barely played. Like, pretty much at all. A big guy took off running up the stairs. Well, looks like that's the only way I can go, so... There he is. Tuh, the runt chased after me. I'm going to assume he shoved him. A dark giant man bumped into me and sent me flying. Ow, ow, ow. He barged into the Egypt expedition. A dark... Oh, wait, that's not you. They're just giving this guy the same chat line. He didn't get thrown. Bruh. Also, I pulled Prisma Lubellion, which means I have to build Branded. I think branded... I like the idea of branded. In terms of, I like the idea of you're playing a fusion deck that summons really cool dragons. You have like a lot of combo plays. I like all of that sort of vibe that branded has. But I never liked the first version of branded. I didn't like the first Dark Lord Turbo. I thought that was kind of lame. And I don't really like Tax Dragon. But I like the the general vibe of branded. I really like. Only thing from the new box I hate is Infernity. That deck just never fun to face at all, regardless of the format. Isn't Infernity like hand ripping the entire time? Darth Victor just raided with 3 duelists. I didn't even realize Darth Victor was streaming. Victor, you are allowed to post in my Discord when you stream. You understand that, right? you can post the self-promotion. It is fine. But hello, Victor. I'm going to assume you were playing more Power World. I'm going to assume you were. I thought I did. I mean, you might have done, and I've just missed it because I've been in streamer mode for a while. Infernity Degenerate. Branded Centurion is funny AF. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't really have anything to comment on it. Here sleeps the power of ancient pharaohs. I know that ancient power will make me stronger. I will become a guardian of darkness, as long as the pharaohs give me power. I don't know what you're talking about, my friend. How do I... How go in? How do Egypt? Is it this guy? Did a dark big guy come this way? Well, yes. Oh, okay. He ran down the stairs here. Is the Egypt expedition, like, just down the stairs? Gia! Oh no, Panic's dead! I forgot to press enter. I see. They do have a hand drip for 3 to 4, but that's worse than the standard hand drip for 2. I assume that means you end on a worse board, but you only hand drip half the cards. I was playing in the Power World tournament. Ah, right. I was asking you what you were 0-2 in. I didn't know what it was. Me and Vic joined the tournament in Power World and got destroyed. We played green piles. We had 14 players, Swiss best of 1. Top best of 3 top cut. What's doing well at the moment? My gut tells me that... I don't know how I feel about red. I really like red. But I feel like red is all in on the guy that restands itself after it attacks. So I don't know how good red's going to be as like a standalone deck, like mono red. I think purple looks really strong. I think if you can play purple correctly and you're managing the knight right, I think that could be really, really good. Purple, blue is in top 4. I played versus it. I really don't like blue. I think blue looks really strong because blue looks very control, very I'm going to tap down all your shit. But I don't like the vibe of blue. Also, besides the hand drip, Infernity has a big MD board. I mean, yeah, but a lot of decks do that, right? Like Stardust was doing that. Like Dinosaurs do that even, right? Back when we had... I'm trying to think of the decks now. Like Resonators was doing that to an extent. Like a lot of decks just build like big boards now. Restander, Drajul to support in Power World, Vanguard reference. Yeah, literally it is sort of like that. There is a card in Power World that has the effect to attack, and then you can either pay mana or discard cards to restand and attack again. And it deals like 4 damage per attack, and you need to do 10 damage to win. So that's potential like 8 damage in 1 turn, which is really, really good. I bricked twice hard, 1 badly, but my opponent did worse, so I won. 4th game was just a really close game. Well, that's good then, at least. I mean, on top of the hand drip. I mean, yeah, hand drips are just never fun, though. That's the thing. You can never have a hand drip in your game and have an excuse for it being there, other than it's just there to not be fun. But, you know, it is what it is, right? But yeah, I'm glad you guys entered. I was going to enter this one, but it was obviously during my stream time. I want to stream. And I haven't played much Power World yet, so I would still be ass, and I'd be making mistakes all the time. Purple has so many ways to disrupt you. It feels like purple, but weaker, frankly. Board removal is board wipes. I feel like the moment. And when you pair it with blue, ways to aggro double attackers, it's so over. Well, double attackers, there aren't that many, right? I'm trying to think, what double attackers are in purple? I'm sure there is one. I just can't think of it. Hand drip is only fair if it's in Rush because it's irrelevant in Rush. Actually, that's not fair. I still will stand by. I hate traditional attacks, and that is a hand rip during your own turn, which sucks. You never want your hand fucked with when you're taking your turn. That just feels really, really bad. You could have streamed the tournament. I mean, I could have, but it wouldn't have been the same sort of vibe. Sunday is meant to be the play single-player games, right? That's what we're trying to do here. You've come for the Millennium Necklace. Yes. Fine. The Millennium Necklace is yours. It is my duty to protect a Millennium item. For I am a Millennium Guardian. You must prove yourself to me in a duel. To see if you are worthy of a Millennium item. You will only get the Millennium Necklace if you can pass my challenge. Uh-oh. So Udius versus Yuamu is not an okay duel. No. It's a bad duel. We don't like it. Hand grip is awful because the hand grips can only work on the field, not from anywhere else. What do you mean by that, Dismime? Are we talking about in Power World? I gotta go, Tomato. Well, thanks for stopping by, Victor. Always a pleasure. Alright, we'll throw this down. We'll do this, and we'll do this. $300 attack, eh? Well, let's get out the boy. It's a light. Alright, I'm gonna get my type chart up again. So light beats fiend, which means this is safe to attack. And then we will get in the baby dragon, 12. And then pass. Stop by when I can, which sadly has been less and less. Right, we got this Necrodancer. Yeah, right now hand rips come from units which can only activate on the field. I mean, that's something, right? Obviously, when we were talking about hand rips before, we were talking about Infernity in speed. To be fair, Thursday, I forgot you were streaming till I raided. I mean, I didn't stream on Thursday. On Thursday, I had my boiler replaced, so I couldn't stream. My worst memory in any card game was facing Jamio, Congo, and Vanguard to a Shiranui Rene. Well, they're being sent to the graveyard. I was left with 2 cards in hand. So, I went to my locals. Well, I say my locals. It was a regional, and it was a qualifier for nationals. And it was the last regional I went to, and the last nationals I played in. And during it, I went undefeated the whole way through the event, playing Marking a Gadget. And then, in the grand finals, I was against a friend of mine. And he was playing X-Saber. And he, like, ripped 2 or 3 cards. I forget exactly how many. He ripped cards out of my hand on his first turn before I even got to play. And then I just didn't have enough advantage to, like, snowball. So I will remember that as being, like, a really bad hand rip moment. The other one is always going to be, like, if you played Yu-Gi-Oh! During, like, GOAT format, you had, like, Confiscation, you have, or even before GOAT format, 'cause I think during GOAT format it was just Delinquent Duo. But, like, Delinquent Duo, Confiscation, and Forceful Sentry all just feel awful to play against. Obviously, Spirit Reaper was a big hand rip card back in the day. Oh, wait, was it Wednesday? When did you do the watch-along? The watch-along was on Wednesday, yeah. I think it was Wednesday this week. I think last week it was Thursday. This week it was Wednesday. What is this? Cutscene. Guys, the world's on fire. It's that new Rush Duel card, RESHEF the Dark Being, guys. And it's Yami Yugi. That image I just saw. Tomato, you saw it too, didn't you? Yes. RESHEF the Dark Being will destroy the world. What Ishizu said really was true. And my other self. But why? We have to hurry. If we don't, there's going to be a world of trouble. Let's go back and see Ishizu right away. Hello? We have secretly guarded over the Millennium items. Millennium items, I believe, attract each other. The Millennium Necklace will lead you to the next one. Along with the Millennium items, you will face the Millennium Guardians. You must overcome the challenges we present. Oh, just an ellipsis. Just an ellipsis. I feel like Naruto hand drips are going to be awful because it is GOAT format Yu-Gi-Oh! With resource. As long as there are hand drips in it, though, right? But plus, I looked at the Naruto card game. I think it looks pretty good. It is simple, but familiar. And I think that's always a good thing. Also, the resource is only for specific cards and effects. It's not for, like, everything. Which I think is actually really cool as well. You basically has normal summons. What does RESHEF do in this game? I mean, he's trying to destroy the world, Shui. That's what he's doing here. But hello, Shui. Welcome, welcome. Currently, RESHEF has turned all the Egyptian gods into stone and has scattered the Millennium items across the world. That's what's going on at the moment. Also, Tomato, I gotta say, after today's Beat Break episode, it got on another level. Yeah, what's going on with Beat Break? So it looks like Beat Break's like ending, and we're getting a new show. When I first saw a new anime project was announced, my immediate thought was, this is going to be like an OVA, this is going to be like a movie, or this is going to be like a mini-series. But by the look of it, Beat Break is actually ending, and now we're getting a new season? Is it just me, or does it feel really, really short? How long is a Digimon series usually? Because in my mind, the Digimon series are really long. Like, when I think back to, like, Adventure 1, I'm like, well, they did the digital world stuff, or they did the File Island stuff, then they went and expanded and got all the crests, then they went back to the real world, then they came back to the digital world and fought the Dark Masters, and they did a Pokemon. And in my mind, that was like 100 episodes. But now I'm like, apparently that was really, really short. Since Savers, all shows have been 60+ episodes. Which is wild. Because, like, I don't know where we're at right now, like, power level-wise in Beat Break, but it took so long for Gekomon to evolve, or Digivolve, into a champion. It took so long to get to that. Where I'm like, if we're ending it already, I'm like, bro, are we already getting close to his Mega? Or have we already got his Mega? Huh, so the merry band of losers finally have a clue. Also, why is this not working? There we go. About what's really going on.
Ishizu visited my big brother. She wanted him to get the Egyptian god cards back.
Mokuba, keep quiet. The title is champion and the strongest cards. Only the most powerful duelist is worthy of these two things. And that duelist is me. I will recover the Egyptian god cards quick and easy.
I bet you guys are happy that my big bro's gonna help you out, huh?
Mokuba!
What is it, Seto?
It can be from 30+, depending on the show. There's Digimon series that have 30 episodes? What the hell? That's like 2 seasons. We are also getting the GX remake, but in Digimon, like the old series are getting the HD treatment and now and new openings, but they will only showcase a few episodes of each series. The problem with that is, if they do exactly what they did with GX and just cut the top and the bottom off, that is so just mediocre. I won't answer that, but I thought they were going to break all logics for a sec last night with the music and how the scene was. I see. I have no intention of teaming up with these clowns.
Big brother.
Listen up, you fools. A real duelist doesn't need help from a bunch of cheerleaders. All of you should count on your own strength. You guys are so weak that none of you can survive alone. And you expect me to team up with you losers? Don't make me laugh. Let's go, Mokuba. Wahahaha! And he's off. Beat Break is getting its own V-Pet. That's what's neat too. I mean, that makes sense that we'd get that, right? Do I just, like come all the way... Ooh, what's this? Oh, this is... Okay, so now I can just fast travel then. Yes. Not seen how it looks, but let's really hope it's not the egg. Part of it we hopes. Oh, wrong mode. Alright, Shizu, what we got here? I am glad that you have returned safely. I see that you have obtained the Millennium Necklace. Unfortunately, it is not sufficient. A single Millennium item does not have enough power. Not enough to restore the Egyptian god cards from stone. The next Millennium item. Uh-oh. What is this presence I'm feeling?
I am the puppeteer of doom. I won't let you meddle with my Master Shavalsky's plans. Duel.
Okay, we're dueling against the Master Puppeteer, which I think was their Season 0 character? I think it would just be like an ordinary V-Pet. I don't think so too. I think so too. Yeah, I would imagine it will be, right? It makes sense, right? 1100 attack? Alright, buddy, calm down. So that's a dream. So Fiend actually beats that, so... Wait, that's not a dream. That's a dark. I've goofed. I need a dream to beat that. Defense. Pass. Oh, we only have 1800 life points. Uh-oh. Okay. I mean, we're going to lose our card, most likely, but that's fine. Losing a copy of Spellbinding Circle is not the end of it. Unfortunately, with no trap cards, all we are doing is 1200 beta. Please don't burn me! My life points are still low! In all honesty, I don't see us getting Gekimon's Mega in the show. Which is weird, isn't it? Like, isn't that really strange? Right, back over this. Back over this. Like, don't we almost always get all of the... I guess, to be fair, I don't think in the main show we got the Digimon Adventure 2s, like, Megas. Alright, we're going to summon this out. Right, we have to get some damage in. Because if we don't get damage in, we're never going to win. Hopefully, he won't just kill us. Okay, Eater Bagoon saves us, we're fine. What is my current life points? 330. Oh, with no trap card, I really don't want to go on the offensive with this. We're gonna defend. Go, baby dragon! We only had 2 Megas in the OG. Yeah, but we did have 2 Megas. Adventure 2, we only had 1 Mega. Did we get a Mega in the actual show? I remember the DNA Digivolutions. I don't remember if Imperial Dramon was... I remember Imperial Dramon was in a movie. I don't remember if it was in the actual show. Well, you're completely useless to me. Ironically, you beat the Fiend, but... I'm just gonna put you in defense. Imperial Dramon is Mega? Yeah, that's what I just said, Victor. I just said it was a Mega. And was it in the show? We'll tribute this. We'll summon this out. We'll get him for 12. We'll get him for 18. Paladin mode wasn't in the show. Was Paladin mode in the movie? Because I remember the movie. Because they were fighting on like a pier or like a dock. Like they were by the ocean. Is the bit I remember. Down to 18. And we win. Oh, we did it with only 1800 life points. Deck capacity increased by 3. They're getting very generous now. Yeah, Paladin was in the movie. Yeah, the O2 movie versus Diaboromon or something. Yes, that's the movie I watched. I watched it as well in Japanese as well, which was the first time I'd watched anything Digimon in the original Japanese. Paladin movie is the one with the sword. Diaboromon's Revenge. It gave like Mewtwo's Revenge kind of vibes, you know. Ah. Bravo, I say, bravissimo. Congratulations. I guess both my agents have failed me. Ha ha ha! I had a feeling you guys would be a thorn in my side. But why fret when I can make a game out of this? Here are the rules. Let's see you turn the Egyptian god cards back from stone and bring them to my castle before time runs out. If you don't make it in time, I can't vouch for what happens to the world. How does that sound? Oh, ha, ha, ha. He resurrected Resheth, the dark being. Uh-oh. We going into a cutscene? We are going into a cutscene. Yo, rush card sighted! Yo, Shavalsky! The manga variant's antagonist did not appear in show. Well, most of them, Time Stranger Parallelmon, first appearances was in Time Stranger Ever since the manga released. Miss Digimon discussion away from the computer. So much to sort out after from the US. My first any anime subbed was Digimon Tamers. I watched Digimon Tamers as it aired in the UK, so I watched that very much in English. But I really liked Tamers. But then again, I really liked all of them. I have this memory of the first time I watched Digimon Adventure 1. I was like, this is just Pokemon, but better in like every way. In my opinion, at the age I was just like, this is a more serious story. These characters are more interesting. The like ensemble cast is so much better than in Pokemon because there are like so many more of them and they're really, really cool. I really liked the whole like isekai-ness of it, of going to like a different world. And I was just like, this is amazing. Then after I watched all of that show, which was again, at the time was one of my favorite shows, I watched Adventure 2. And I remember waking up at like 6 a.m. before like school to watch it. And I have this like memory of being awake before anyone else in my house and going into the living room and watching it like all snuggled up in a duvet. And I have really, really fond memories of that. And I really, really, really like Adventure 2. Now, looking back on it, Adventure 2 is probably the weakest out of all three. And I don't really like Armor Digivolution. But I still have fond memories of it, so like the nostalgia is going to keep it there. And then Tamers, I was like, oh, Tamers. I don't know. Tamers is a weird one. I both love Tamers and also think Tamers is a little bit overhyped. But I love the trading card aspect. I loved the fact it was in the real world and they had their Digimon there. I thought that was a really, really cool thing considering we'd only kind of dabbled with that in the prior two series. I really liked the fact the cast was small, but then got bigger over time. I didn't like when they used their Mega Digivolutions that they like combined into them. I didn't like that. Because then they kind of ran with that in the season after, the fourth season. I really didn't like the fourth season. Atmons had their Megas first appear like 3 episodes before the end of the show. I mean, that's fine though, right, if they're for the final battle. I still haven't watched Atmon, so I have no idea how good Atmon is or not. The manga stated they have different power level in Atmon. Atmon is unique among Digimon. My first Digimon I watched, I think, was Savers, or was it Extrasaurs? I've watched the one where there's an Agumon with like the cross on his hand. I forget the names, but the one with like the red cross hand Agumon, where he's with a guy that goes around punching Digimon. I've watched a couple episodes of that, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't vibe with it that much. To me, alright, bearing in mind, right, I have a very limited pool of knowledge from that show. And whatever I say about it is like a tourist, right? So whatever I say is completely irrelevant. You should not take it seriously. In my mind, that show looked like it was made for children, which you could say about all of the series, but watching Beat Break felt a lot more mature, and that is what attracted me to keep watching it. Because it felt like I didn't have to watch a show for kids. I was watching a show that happened to also have kids interested in it, right? Let's try and catch up. Afterwards, I watched the Tamers in my local dub. Later subbed, much later. I know I watched it tri-subbed. My first Digimon was Adventure, though I always missed the first ep in cinemas. So I also, when I first started watching Yu-Gi-Oh, I missed the first episode for so long. Like, the first time I ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh, it was the Yugi versus Weevil. That was my first, like, part 1 was my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh episode I watched. And then when it, like, finished and it starts, like, rerunning, I kept missing the first episode. So I went, like, a year or something of playing Yu-Gi-Oh and really being into Yu-Gi-Oh without having watched Yugi versus Kaiba 1, which is really funny. Adventure Try was not in cinemas here. It would have been cool. It was so few places in cinemas. Got the cinemas because we had nowhere else to stream it. I remember people did not like Tamers, not being an isekai. I just needed to adjust. I liked both. I liked the isekai bit, but also I felt like Digimon doesn't need to always fall into the same patterns, right? It's very good at diversifying. The problem is, when you do that, when you try and reinvent the wheel with every adaptation or every version of the show, sometimes you're going to miss. And for me, again, I'm not saying it was a bad show, but I did not like Season 4. Season 4 turned me off of Digimon altogether. I loved that I had the V-Pets, I had the little brick V-Pet, I had the regular Season 1 Digivice V-Pet, I had the Season 2 V-Pet, and I had the Tamers V-Pet. I had all of those, I loved them all. I played Digimon World, I played Digimon Rumble Arena, I played all the old Digimon games, and I watched all 3 of the first seasons of Digimon. I absolutely was so into Digimon. And then that 4th season, where they had Digimon ghosts, and they would fuse with their ghosts to Digivolve. I didn't vibe with that whatsoever. That literally turned me off of Digimon until I played the video games. What were they called? The one before Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory are what got me back into Digimon, because those games were just they're not I don't want to overhype those games and tell you they're the best RPGs of all time, but they are solid games. They are just, take away the Digimon IP, that is still just a solid RPG. It's not a great RPG, it's not like a tier 1 RPG, but it is a solid game. And then put the Digimon on top of it, and I'm now okay, well now as a guy that likes Digimon, I'm now in this is a really fun game. People not like time is being an isekai. My first was DO1 as well. Frontier, Saviors, Tamers felt more like mature, and now we include Beat Break into that selection. Yeah, I mean, that's probably fair. Again, I haven't watched Saviors and Frontier, I don't think. Atmon is my favorite anime in general. The red cross is Savers. Tomato, we should add Savers. Add the Savers Argomon files. Beat Break was made for adults, it's even stated. Fun fact, my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh! Sub watch was Yu-Gi vs. Jaden. So in my mind, I don't actually think, or I don't feel like Beat Break is actually targeted at adults. I think Beat Break is targeted at young teenagers, which is fine, right? That is completely fine. But a show being aimed at 12 to 14-year-olds is infinitely more appealing than a show aimed at 6 to 10-year-olds, right? Just the difference in tone between shows targeting those different demographics are so radically different. And for me, a show that just targets literal children is just, I don't know, it's just, I can't vibe with that anymore. So that's why I get on with the stuff that's a bit more mature. Again, I'm not saying it has to be super mature. It can still be aimed at young teenagers, that's fine, but fun fact, my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh! Sub was Yu-Gi vs. Jaden. Oh, nice. The first time I ever watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Subbed was Season 4 of GX. I kept missing the first Digimon ep in reruns, watched many reruns of Adventure. The speculation and theories is that Saviors in the manga screwed the Digimon multiverse, because now it's all tied to X Cross Wars. Is Cross Wars the one with the Digimon virus that messed everything up? Wow, I do not like Digimon following the same patterns, and there are some Digimon tropes I have never liked. I'm so sorry, Tomato. I love having this conversation, but I really have to go now. Yeah, that's fine, Victor. You have to hang around. Yeah, I really like Digimon as an IP. I feel bad about Pokemon, because as a child, I like Pokemon. As an adult, I'll still play the Pokemon games, but the show, I just have no interest in. I went back and watched the final bit of Ash in the Tournament of Champions, and that was really exciting, seeing all the old champions come back, and obviously it's a tournament arc. Everyone likes a tournament arc. And then I tried the new series of Pokemon. I gave it 10, 15 episodes. I just didn't vibe with it. It's just not for me, unfortunately, which is a shame, because I want to like it, but I just don't. I did not try Cross Wars. Maybe I should give it a chance. I mean, maybe. Anyway, let's get back on track with this. But we cannot worry about that now. Time is of the essence. The second Millennium item must be found, so that we can restore the Egyptian god cards. That is the only way we can defeat Sol Chevalsky, and imprison RESHEF, the Dark Being, again. Tomato, please, find the next Millennium item. Yeah. Thank you. The next Millennium item. Go to Domino Pier. The Millennium item should be aboard the cruise ship. First things first, I want my life points back, please. I'm on like 350. I'm very busy. I'm not giving it a chance. I mean, you don't have to do it like now. You don't have to do it this week. You don't have to do it this month. You don't have to do it this year. Just like put it on the watch list and get to it eventually, right? Whenever you can. That's what I would do, personally. Right, Domino Pier. Let's see what we've got over here. Takeshi, is it really okay to be on board this luxury liner? It looks like really expensive. Don't worry about a thing, babe. All I have to do is win some duels. Piece of cake. Really? Takeshi, you're so smart. Aw, shucks, come on. I'm not that smart. Okay, I'm smart. My cranium's bursting with brains. Why do they, like, have this chat all this time? Huh? You want a duel against me? Fine, yeah, I'll duel you. Why not? Why not? We don't have to just, like, plow through the story. We'll just duel against people. Yeah, maybe sometime. I mean, at the end of the day, like, do what you want to do, right? You don't have to do anything. Defense mode. Skull Servant. While Shinningan's permanent effect, both fields light grew stronger and dark grew weaker. Okay. Light loses to dark. That beat my fiend. Ooh. So it's gonna keep doing... Oh, that's gonna be very annoying. Every time a card gets played, it's gonna be like... Oh, but I do have a dark, so I should just be able to beat it. So yeah, this is how continuous effects work in this game, and it is so dumb. Alright. Darkness swallows light. Set a trap card, will pass. But at the moment, I've been really enjoying watching Zexal. Obviously, we've made some decent progress in there. We've almost finished the World Duel Carnival, which means we should be moving on to Baryon soon, which apparently is like peak Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'm looking forward to it. Right, he had a Cyberstein. It's a little bit scary. But I don't know what we're going to do after that. We have like a bunch of different options of what we could watch. Like if we wanted to continue on with Watch Along. Like obviously Cardfight Vanguard is something that I do really enjoy. So I could do that. It keeps us within like the card game theme. Hero Shadow Scout. Get him a Fury Seeking. Get him a Serpent. And get in with Kaminariko. Yeah, overall, I don't know what else I would want to watch in a watch-along. It's a weird one, because watch-alongs are cool. But obviously, they're in, like, a weird area where, like, it's not like, super... Like, I wouldn't want to watch something that's airing right now, put it that way. At least not, like, blazingly just, like, streaming it. I don't mind streaming Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's, like, ancient, right? It's been around for 30 years at this point. Bam. The opponent is out of life points. Serpent Marauder. I think he's in my deck already. Takeshi, are you okay? He dueled you, like, totally seriously. That is, like, so not cool. Takeshi, let's ditch these jerks. Yeah. Okay. My darling. Please marry me. Be mine, my Valentine. Stop following me. I already told you I'll only marry you if you beat me in a duel. Okay. Then today's the day you'll be marching with me to the chapel. Harpy Lady Sisters. Harpy's Triangle Ecstasy. My, you are excellent as always. But today, I'm better than usual. I've constructed a new perfect, absolute, ultimate deck filled with special, unique, powerful, rare cards. Let's duel again, my Valentine. I can't deal with this. So, what's going on over here? My husband has a thing for female duelists. This ship's lady duelist is beautiful, no? Yugi's just going nuts there. Would you ever do chaotic as watch-alongs? Their community is doing that constantly. I don't really have any attachment to chaotic, is the thing. So, I don't know. The thing is, if I do a watch-along, ideally it's something I haven't watched before, because then I get to experience it for the first time. Also, ideally it's something that is a franchise that I would like to get into, right? So, I don't have like a lot of love for chaotic, which makes it awkward from that regard. I already hear wedding bells. Am I glad to see you? You came just at the right time. Can you duel that creep in my place? Yeah. You're a real lifesaver. Jean-Claude Magnum, Tomato will take you on. It doesn't matter who you force me to duel, my. When I win, you have to marry me, as you promised. You better not lose. Anti-card. It's Tomato's turn. Let's go with this. Okay, he's defending 2 face-down cards. Let's just attack first. 900 defense, and that is an earth. Which means wind would beat it, and it's going to automatically beat lightning. That is a little bit annoying. I guess we'll defend with this, and then we will pass. I did not expect to see Jean-Claude in a game. Jean-Claude is the most important character. He has to be here. Right, we baited that into attack mode. Excellent. Now, do we pay the 1,000 to get that out? I think what we'll do is we will attack with this and see if there's a trap card. It looks like there is not. So with that in mind, we are just going to get some guys out. See, I don't think Jean-Claude is like a particularly interesting character, but I really liked his deck in the show. Like, it doesn't help that he had a bunch of normal monsters, and obviously normal monsters are kind of ass. But I really liked the fact that he had like a really cool ninja deck. Right. Get him for 12. Get him for 12. Because now we have the new ninja cards coming to Rush. We're getting like the Go-Go ninjas, and we're getting a new like Kabuki Maximum, which looks not Maximum, a Ritual, which looks really cool. Actually, we'll just attack with this first. There's Buku. Get him for 12. Get him for 12. That's actually really annoying that we are 50 attack off of being able to kill him. So we're just going to put some defense. Amazoness Archers. He's dark, right? So he would just automatically beat me. So we'll swing with this. Okay. Increased by 3! 200 Domino. Black Pendant. Black Pendant's actually not bad, right? That's 100 cost, though. And it only boosts females. How could this happen? I'm a big-time star. I never lose. Is any of my movies. Thanks, Tomato. I already hear what him. Oh, he's already lost me. You're searching for a Millennium item. I don't know how I can help you. Actually, there's a mysterious cargo in the ship's hold. Maybe you'll find something there. I'll leave the hold unlocked. Consider that as a thank you for saving me. How does Mai have the ability to leave the cargo hold unlocked? Uh-oh. Let's go get our life points back. So we did just... I think we at the very least lost 1,000. And I'd rather not go into this not at full. Hello, Shizu. Don't mind me, I'm just popping home quick. Just gonna type on the computer a sec, you know, get my life points back. Excusez-moi. Right, let's go. To the souls guided here by the Millennium Item, prove your worth by conquering my duel challenge. I believe. It's Tomato's turn. How do we want to start this? I'm going to throw this in attack and pass. Let's see what he does. Okay, he's defending. That's a good sign to start things out. Right, we're just going to attack. We want to see what it is. He had a fire card. So, he might just have more fire cards. So we'll drop this down. Claw Reacher. Claw Reacher has like 1,000 attack, I want to say. Right. We're going to go ahead and... No! That was the wrong button. Wait, there's a rewind button. There we go. Thank God we have the power to rewind time. Right, we'll get him for 13. We'll get him for 12. I feel like I should be okay to just win from here. Unless he has like a heavy storm or something. Right. Boost everyone's attack again. Get over his white magical hat. Get him for 18. Get him for 17. Okay. Well, we should be able to win here. Go, Hourglass. Duel victory. Your deck capacity increased by 3. 400 Domino. Spirit of the Mountain. Level 5. An elderly magician that raises mountains with his flute. He has the power to turn the field into a mountain. Okay, that's pretty cool. Impressive. Take this item. The Millennium Key. What's going on? Shoddy, but how? The Millennium Items retain the memories of their bearers. These memories will guide the chosen duelists in their quest. Follow them to the salvation of the world. He disappeared! Was that Shoddy's memory in the Millennium Key? Well, we scored the Millennium Key. Yeah, Joey, Tomato, we should go see a Shizu. It's a good thing they keep telling me where to go, because that was one thing that did kind of get annoying in Sacred Cards, is there was one point we just had no idea where to go. You have obtained the Millennium Key with the power of 2 Millennium Items. Slifer the Sky Dragon! Slifer the Sky Dragon has regained its power. Egyptian god cards choose their bearers. This card chooses you, Yugi. Ishizu, Slifer the Sky Dragon. I can't use it. That card belongs to my other self. It doesn't belong to me. But, after all the trouble you undergone to attain it, you will forfeit the resurrected Egyptian god card? I think Tomato should hold on to that card. Tomato also saw the Millennium Necklace's vision. I know he can control the power of the Egyptian god. I'm absolutely sure of it. Tomato, don't be shy. Take it. I'd be leaping out of my skin to get a card like that. Besides, Slifer the Sky Dragon had the power of our friendship that can defeat anybody. I understand. Since you all agree, Tomato, I will entrust this card. Received Slifer the Sky Dragon. Yeah, awesome. We have the first Egyptian god card. Still, it seems that in order to restore a single Egyptian god card, we need the magical powers of 2 Millennium Items. Tomato, you are correct. In order to resurrect all 3 Egyptian god cards, you must gather the other Millennium Items, and quickly. Okay, the next Millennium Item is in Italy. Going to Italy? Among the catacombs. Catacombs are underground cemeteries. A millennium item is certain to be hidden there. Okay, the question now becomes... Are we putting Slifer... Oh, good button. Are we putting Slifer in our deck? How do we do this? If we go... Stars? Slifer costs 0. For every card in hand, the player's hand power is upgraded 3 levels. It has 4,000 attack by default, but it's a 3 tribute monster, but it does cost 0. I don't know if we should put it in, to be perfectly honest. I think we're probably fine not putting it in. Because how often is it just going to be a brick? That is the question. Oh, no, we can just fast travel to Italy now, huh? No, this is rare.
It certainly is.
This is a community cemetery from long ago.
I know. It's called the Catacombs.
That's right. You've done your homework.
I haven't done any homework in decades, dear.
This is a community cemetery from long ago. Okay. Okay, old man. It's Bones.
Welcome to the Catacombs. This is a communal graveyard from long, long ago.
Alright, that's actually going to hurt my throat if I keep trying to do that, boys. I'm Bones, your tour guide. If you'd like, I'll show you sights you've never seen before. Yes.
Man, why do we have to sightsee in this spooky place? Not that I'm scared.
What are you talking about? This place is the best. If you're not tourists, what brings you here? Catacombs. Exactly, Alex. The cata that coombs. You're searching for a millennium item? I'm not sure if that thing is a millennium item. Tomato, Bones seems to know something. Where is it? I may not look like one, but I'm a duelist too. If you want to get my info, duel against my ghouls. I'll tell you what I know if you can beat me. But what are your chances against my powerful Neo Ghost deck? Neo Ghosts? What does that even mean? Is he going to summon out Elemental Hero Neos? Okay, starts out with the defense mode. He might have a bunch of fiends, which means Dream might not be the way to go. Let's get out just an electric. It's so strong. That's 13, 50, 14. He tributed it. Pumpkin the King of Ghosts. That means I need fire to beat that. I don't have fire. Things aren't looking good. Armored zombie! Okay, that's a feat. That loses to light, and I don't have light. Oh god. I think I might just be screwed here. Water does not help me. Why is Bones' deck so strong? What the heck? I think we just lose, like straight up. I can't beat this. And that permanent effect is also very annoying. I have a feeling we're going to lose very, very badly here. We just do not have a hand that can fight this. Dragon zombie. This is... His deck is so good, bro. 15s and 16s. Okay. Wow. That last draw did not help us. Alright, let us just get out of this duel, because otherwise we have to keep watching his continuous effect go off and off and off. Right, so this takes me back here. So now the question is, how much will have changed? Or is it going to make me do the whole dialogue again? It's like, no. Oh. Okay, so I do have to do this dialogue again every time. Alright, hopefully we get a better starting hand here. It's so damn hot outside, even the doggies didn't want to go outside. Aww. Well, hopefully they'll feel a bit better as things get a little bit cooler. Right, we're gonna use this again. Okay, we at least have a way to out some stuff. So last time he started with a fiend? No, he started with a dark? God, I don't remember. Let us summon this guy out in defense. And then pass. Let's see what he does. I really need to win, like, a type advantage early here. That is a fiend. That loses to light. We don't have light. We do have baby dragon, which is good, but it's not going to beat any of his other zombies. So if he just summons out, like, dragon zombie or armored zombie, he's just going to walk over this. Right, use an equip spell. An equip spell one's still played in defense mode. Okay, that might be good for us. Right, we're going to get this out now. And immediately use the effect. Because hopefully we can attack over it, which we can. Okay. Now, we're big enough to kill dragon zombie or armored zombie, which is the important thing. Another hourglass. Right, we're going all in on hourglass. We have a type advantage over that, and then we get to 22. Alright, this duel is already going a lot better. Flame Swordsman's good, but like not right now. I think we'll go for the 12. And we get for 22. Alright, this should be pretty much done. Oh, that first duel made it look like insurmountable. And then the second one was like, yeah, easy peasy, don't worry about it. Just goes to show how much variance there is. The opponent is out of life points. Blue-eyed silver zombie. Well, I guess it is what it is. No, I lost. Uh-oh, that's Keith. And strings? And that's the... God, what's his name? I think that's the sprite they use for Arcana? Coo. You said your deck's improved, but it's the same. Lame deck as always, Bones. But, Bandit Keith. I've never seen so many losers in one place. I've watched tougher duels in kindergarten. I'll take you on. Coo. We could duel, but I'm not in the mood, just here to show you that I'm alive and kicking. After Marek's pathetic defeat, I took control of the ghouls and their rare hunters. Oh, that's not Arcana, that's, Seeker. The ghouls are now reborn as the Neo-Ghouls. And I, Bandit Keith, am the leader of the Neo-Ghouls. There's Arcana. Master Keith, we have obtained the information you seek. So that's the key. Item for getting the Egyptian god cards? Coo. With this info, I've learned the right to join the game. You want the Egyptian god cards? You know why. I need him to thrash that arrogant punk. I'll do anything, and I mean anything, to beat him. I'll let you in on a little secret. You won't find what you're looking for here. See you losers around. Coo. Well. Hello, Mochi. Welcome on in. Yeah, we're doing good. We're steadily making progress right now. We have done a bit of grinding, so we are kind of all grinded out. Bandit Keith said you won't find anything here, but there's a hidden chamber in the back. I bet Bandit Keith's gang couldn't get in. It's over here. Okay, show me where it is, Bones. I think it's in the room ahead. You think? First he knew, now he thinks. Ooh. We are missing some life points. Ah, screw it. Those drawn by the Millennium item prove your worth here among the eternal slumber. Right, Spellbinding Circle, let's go. This would be such a good anime though if they redid it into 12 episodes. Yeah, I think it would be pretty fun. I don't know if it would be like super good, but it would be definitely a lot of fun. Toadmaster summons Frog the Jam. Okay, well he's immediately summoned out a water monster, which is very annoying. So now the only way I can beat this is by using Hourglass. Boost up the board. And then attack over with Winged Cleaver. And we can't attack with Hourglass because we use this effect this turn. That's the best we got. Right, he's basically just summoned water monsters so far, which is a little bit worrying. So it means I don't really want to play my fire cards. So we'll go ahead and use another Hourglass. Okay, we'll get to 17. Things are looking pretty good at the moment. I make a guide for this game and like watching others play. Based on that starting hand, you're probably fine. Yeah, I mean, if we didn't have the Hourglasses, we'd probably be in a bit of an awkward situation. But because we got the Hourglasses, I think we're pretty chill. Get him with Serpent. Get him with Hourglass. And get him with Cleaver. Puts him down to 2k. We should be okay to end the duel next turn. As long as it doesn't play like Heavy Storm. If he plays Heavy Storm, we have... Ooh. Okay, Red Medicine, that's fine. Electric Snake. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Electric Snake will not stop me from winning here. Go, Hourglass! Finish him! Dual victory. Your deck capacity increased by 3. 400 Domino. Wicked Dragon with the Urstaz head. That might be worth including. 72. I don't know if 72 is a lot. I'd have to look at my other themes at the moment. Impressive. Take this item. Thank you. What? It's happening again. This time it's Bakura. Which fool woke me up? I can feel it. I feel a storm brewing over the Egyptian god cards. I see a world where darkness rules. A world perfect for me. Yikes! Millennium items give me the willies. With the Millennium Ring, we now have 3 items. Tomato, let's get back to Ishizu. Millennium items are believed to attract each other. The Millennium Ring will lead you to the next one. It's just... they're gonna give them a bit of unique dialogue in it. Looks like you found what you wanted. Lucky you. Thanks, Bones. Doodles. Alright. Back to Clock Tower. Before we talk to Ishizu, I want to get my life points back. Because I think we spent like 3,000 life points there just on Hourglass. Okay. Ishizu. Bandit Keith is also searching for the Millennium items. I am afraid that he complicates matters greatly. Our need for urgency has increased. RESHEF the Dark Being is insidious. He exploits the weaknesses in the souls of duelists. I hope that Bandit Keith does not succumb to his power. Fortunately, Bandit Keith did not find the Millennium Ring. That is a ray of hope among all this darkness, for Millennium items remain, and the next one is in China, at the Great Wall. The Dark Being's power is intensifying with every passing moment. Please find the next Millennium item quickly. Just curious, who did you grind on the most? I grinded on Yugi, I think the most. I tried dueling a little bit of everyone, but Yugi seemed to be like the best one to grind on. Like, he was relatively easy. He kept summoning out like Exodia pieces. The only annoying thing is when he summons out Summon Skull. This main villain must have some money just traveling around a lot. Oh yeah. Hiya! This is a special dish for all, found only at the Great Wall. This is my Great Wall noodle shop. Eat and slurp. I'm very busy making noodles, okay? Hiya! This is the Great Wall of China. It is one of China's treasures. There is nothing finer. There's something fishy about those guys. Really fishy. Tomato, you think so too, right? Yep. Let's check him out again. I'm very busy making noodles, okay? Yeah, this is the Great Wall of China. This is one of China's treasures. There is nothing finer. What do you? Yeah, I do not know how to duel.
Grr, how cleverly you surmise to see through our disguise.
That's right, gang up on him.
Very well, you leave us with no choice. I challenge you in Master Sol Shavolsky's place. You shall duel. Prepare to lose, you fool.
Bam. Is it speed on Thursday? Thursday is going to be obviously some yapping, because, you know, we love the yapping. I'm probably going to either do speed or character duels. I do want to try out the new character duel characters. It's Tomato's turn. Yeah. We'll slap this guy down and put this down. Maybe I should put this down as well, just in case. It's a tricky one. I don't want to put all my trap cards down in case he just wipes them all out with something. Okay, we're fine. It was a Bolt Penguin. How big is Bolt Penguin? 1,000? I think for now we want to go wide. And we should attack with this one first, in case he's got a trap card that would affect both of our guys. Well, now we know how our Noodle Boy ended up in Rush. Bam. Are there any rules on advice or anything? I don't want to overstep my boundaries. I mean, you can do whatever you want for the most part. Whenever I'm streaming, I always kind of come to the conclusion that people are just going to say whatever they want. So I'm not going to I'm not going to get mad or anything if people like give advice or whatever. It's one of those, I try and keep the grinding off stream. That's like the one big thing. Because I don't really think it's super fun for people to just watch me grind the entire time. Ah! Nightmare Scorpions. That's an earth. That's weak to wind. We do have a wind. Okay. I was a bit scared there that I'd gotten that wrong and that wind wasn't actually good into that. Phantom gets in for 9-10. Unless Rush has something special, you could do character duels one stream and the other one speed, I assume you mean. Yeah, I mean that's always on the cards, right? It just comes down to what we're feeling at the time. Because we haven't done like a proper stream in a while. Because I've been very busy, unfortunately. It's just how shit goes, but I think we're probably... I don't think we need to do multiple streams for character duels, but I do want to play character duels at some point. Oh, okay, he got his power back. Oh, 1100 on Bolt Penguin. Interesting. Right, well, we're just going to tribute you. Go, Flame Swordsman. Then we can finish him off with Phantom D. Dual victory! Your deck capacity increased by 1. Only 1, they're getting stingy again. Wall Shadow. Level 7? Brother. Doesn't need to be level 7. What I was going to say earlier, the best one is honestly Dual Machine Novice. It drops a bunch of 700 to 900 monsters. And Bear Trap if you need to grind before the next time coming up. Yugi is pretty worthless as a grind because his deck is good enough His deck is good enough to luck out a win. I mean, yeah, but losing isn't the end of the world either, right? Tomato, would you ever do a tournament for speed? Would you? If you're talking about hosting a tournament, not really interested. If you're talking about playing in tournaments, I've already played in mini speed tournaments. I did quite well in a couple of them. I got 2nd place in a couple. In the big grand one. So Grand Harry is like not the pay to enter one, the normal one, which had like 150 players, whatever. I made it to like top 8. So or EDO. I've played in a bunch of EDO tournaments in the past, but I have to be in a certain mindset to be really invested into an EDO tournament. And right now, there's a couple of decks that I really don't like in the current metagame, so I just kind of avoid it, because they just annoy me to play against them.
That was cruel. I concede defeat in this duel. But our true skill is in tag duels. Younger brother, let us take them down together.
Elder brother, I am here to help. In a tag duel, defeating the likes of you would be simple. I already bid you adieu.
Yo, it's Kaiba.
I can't believe you're struggling against these amateurs. Kaiba,
My big brother's here to take you down. Because you work for Sol Shivalsky.
the only duelist worthy of the Egyptian god cards is me. I'll show no mercy even against miserable duelists like you. Tomato, today's your lucky day. I'll help you choose which sissy to duel.
Alright. Para. I don't know if there is a difference. If there is a difference, it is beyond me. Spellbinding Circle. Let's go. I mean, I think I'm just gonna throw this guy down and see what he does. Karate Man! Oh, we got so lucky there. We will absolutely take that. Well. We will get in for 910, and we'll put this in attack mode, because he's more likely to attack this, I think, than clear the 900 guy. Oh, Bolt Penguin. Bolt Penguin is annoying. Do we just go all in for pressure? I kind of tempted to. We'll go back into darkness. Just get rid of the Bolt Penguin. Then we'll set our trap card, because that should kill anything he summons next turn. And then I can put down Hourglass and get a big wide field boost. It's Tomato's turn. Well, now I don't really want to summon Hourglass. Let's see what we're working with. Brisman. I'm going to get a little bit greedy, I think. Oh, it's an Earth, so I can actually just wipe it out with that. That's fine then. Get him for the 750. Right, Karate Man. Excellent. Alright, let's just secure the win. That is the plan currently. One big hit. One big hit. One little hit. Then we'll pass. Alright. He did nothing? What is in his hand? He must have just a bunch of tribute monsters, right? But what else could he have? Okay. Deck pass it by 3. Nice. 800 domino. Suijin. No effect. Level 7. That's not coming in the deck. Cost 20. It's quite nice, but it's not worth it.
Come forth, Blue Eyes, White Dragon. White Lightning.
Well.
Master Sol Shivalsky.
We have failed you. Run to Sol Shivalsky and tell him that as long as Seto Kaiba lives, all of his plans are doomed to fail.
Where's my Millennium item?
Tomato, you only won because you had my help. Listen, Tomato. I walk my own road. I don't know if you'll fail of your journey, but try not to disappoint me. Now go and look for your mystical trinkets. While you play scavenger hunt, I'll save the world.
Kaiba doesn't believe in magic and all that, but he also thinks the world is still ending because of magic.
We heard that the Neo Ghouls are hunting for them too.
Is that true?
You can thank Kyber Corp's information network. That's why Seto's here, to give you this info. Oops, he told me not to tell you that. Well, see ya.
Give Millennium Item, please. Oh, there he is. Is there anything this way? No. What are my life points looking like right now? 6,220. We're gonna YOLO it. Those drawn by the Millennium Item prove your worth at this fortress of the ancients. We can take this guy. We just need a strong open and then we'll be fine. It's Tomato's turn. He's got 2 electric, so we'll just put this in defense. See what he does. Red medicine. Okay. Red medicine. That's just a -2 to him. Kurama. And it's wind. Wind loses to forest. 800 attack. Wind also beats earth. I will defend with this and set this, I think. This might end up backfiring. Oh, he tributed. Does that help or not? Okay, he didn't attack. He's at 17, which means I can just summon out Flame Swordsman. Which I think we have to. If he has a water card, he's going to punish us quite badly here, but we needed to get rid of this. Okay, we're fine. Well, for now. Hourglass is pretty cool, but we don't have a lot to do with it. He's also been playing a lot of wind, which means I don't know if I want to just throw a baby dragon at it. I think we're going to summon this out. I'm going to attack with this. Okay. We're just going to get him 700. This way he might play an attack position monster just to attack over and get a bit of damage in. And then I can get to his life points anyway via that. Okay, Frenzied Panda. It's a forest card, which means I would beat it automatically. What do we want to do though? Screw it, we're going to put down the baby. I want to try and amass a board, because I want to get value out of Hourglass. If he just has a wind, he'll just walk over Baby Dragon, but that's something that he'll always be able to do. That is very important, because now I can probably get a bit greedy. Right, we'll do this. Another electric. Get in for 18. Get for 7. Okay. Bear Trap. Takes out Solitude, which was a 1000 attack monster. I mean, what's he on? Ah, screw it. We'll just put this down. Use the effect. This has got to be lethal. Okay, he was at 39. Okay, we're fine. Hey. Deck capacity increased by 3. 1000 dominoes obtained. Kurama. I mean, Kurama's not bad. 59 points. Again, I have to look at the point difference. Impressive. Take this item. The Millennium Eye. Okay. Oh, this is unbelievable. Who is it? Who's tapping into my memory? What? It's So Shavalsky. There's something wrong. Pegasus is the one with the Millennium Eye. I love how just oblivious everyone is to this is just Pegasus. Tomato, could this be? It's Pegasus! Pegasus, that name brings back memories. But my name... oh, big sneeze. Is now Sol Shavalsky. I have been, shall we say, reborn. I see that you are making excellent progress, though, through my game.
I suggest you keep playing, as if you had a choice. I know you still have questions of my intentions. Maybe they will be answered when you reach me. Bye, Pegasus.
Sol Shavalsky is Pegasus. Let's get back to Ishizu.
I don't know if we have to keep going back to Ishizu. Like, it seems like Ishizu is sort of the narrative device to just keep pushing us forward. I mean, I have to go back and heal constantly, so I guess it doesn't really make a big difference one way or another. Thank you, computer. Hello, Ishizu.
I could not foretell that Sol Shavalsky was actually Maximilian Pegasus. He has been missing since Duelist Kingdom. What could have happened to him during all this time? We cannot worry about this now. Let's resurrect.
We are in an ad break, which means hydration time. Ah. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back from the ads, anyone that did get hit with ads.
We cannot worry about this now. Let's resurrect an Egyptian god card with the powers of the Millennium Ring and Millennium Eye.
Oh, we're getting back Obelisk. He's here.
Obelisk the Tormentor has regained its power. However, Egyptian god cards choose their bearers. It appears that Obelisk will not accept you. It seems you are not yet ready to control its immense powers. The card has chosen as its bearer.
Oh, we know who it is. We all know who it is. Here he is.
Enough of this bogus mystic talk. It's obvious who deserves to control Obelisk. Who else but me?
I guess so.
Heh, you finally realize you're not in my league. I don't care what you amateurs think. If you have a problem, come out and say it. Try to defeat me and take Obelisk. Though I don't know how a bunch of incompetent fools are ever going to beat me. Wahaha!
Hi, Kaiba. Always a pleasure.
You cannot deny destiny. You must wait until it is your time.
It's Tristan.
Hey, Tomato.
Hey, what's up, Tristan? What are you doing here? Nothing better had happened to Serenity.
Well, actually, yeah, that's what I'm here about.
Say what? What happened to my sister?
Well, she really wants to see the Kaiba Man show.
The Kaiba Man show? What the heck is that?
You haven't heard of it? It's the biggest thing right now. Kids love it. Get with the times, man.
Well, I don't like anything with the name Kaiba in it. But if Serenity wants to go, I guess I'll take her. Oh, but I can't just abandon my duties without permission. Tomato, can I take some time off?
I'm sorry for laughing. A little time off will help you relax and rekindle your spirits. Perhaps you can all go see the show.
Yeah, you know what's up, Ishizu. Alright, I better find Serenity and...
I thought you'd say that, so I already brought her. Serenity, come on in.
Joey, can I really go? No doubt. Thank you, Joey. I'll go ahead and save us a spot.
The Kaiba Man show is being shown in front of Kaiba Court. Now you shouldn't keep a lady waiting, especially Serenity. I'm out of here.
Did you beat Mai? No, we actually didn't duel against Mai. Come to think of it, why didn't we duel against Mai? We dueled against Jean-Claude, and then Mai was just like, you don't have to, like, you could just go in. But we just didn't duel Mai. Kaiba Corp is down here, we remember this from Sacred Cards.
Master Mokuba, please give us one more chance.
After all the horrible things you've done to us?
I know we were wrong, but times are tough.
No one has any money. We want to work, but no one's hiring. That's too real. Please, we're begging you to rehire us.
Well, I guess I have something for you.
Really? Oh, thank you.
Alright, quick, get changed.
I think it's too late now, but there's an event locked behind Beacon here. Ah, it's a bit of a shame we missed that then.
Where's Serenity?
This is not a great turnout, if we're being honest.
Hey, good to see such a great crowd. Now, come on with the show out here at Kyberland.
Kia, help!
Help me, please. Someone help.
Behold, Deep Sea Warrior.
I'm Nightmare Penguin.
I am Judgman.
Robotic Knight at your service.
And I'm Jinzo. You will not elude us again, you brat.
You're the evil criminal syndicate. The Big Bad Five. Oh my gosh, everyone, they've captured the girl.
Why, we are the strongest evil duelists in the world.
My calculations state no duelist has the power
to make us cower.
If anyone dares challenge our might,
we'll crush them without a fight.
Wahahaha. The Big Bad Five have issued a challenge. Is there a duelist brave enough to face them? I'm scared.
I can't beat the Big Five.
Serenity's in trouble. Tomato, let's get him.
yeah.
Yeah, you the man.
He called me the man.
Big Bad Five, you're in trouble now. Joey, he's really into the show, isn't he?
You want a duel, kid?
Tomato will crush you to pieces. Serenity, come over here. Joey, you came to rescue me? Huh? Yeah, of course.
Now, am I gonna have to duel all 5 of them or just one?
Fine, let's duel.
Part of me feels like if I have to duel all 5, this is gonna get a bit tiring. But I suppose it's no different than just dueling against 5 other random guys, right? So. Right. Let's do the old summon set. Alright, calm down. Okay, I mean, I'm happy that you wiped some of your own board, I guess. I'm going to try and get tempo back with Beckon to Darkness. We're just going to beat him in the face with La La Lune. And then we're going to set this. And hope that he doesn't have another Heavy Storm. Invisible Wire. Injection Fairy Lily. I'm guessing it didn't have an effect. It was just an Earth monster. Ooh. I'm not a big fan of these stats, if I'm being completely honest. I was really hoping to have something with a bit more punch, but... Blast Juggler 800 attack. What type is it? Fire. I'm not happy about this. I think we're going to use Hourglass's effect. 1200 defense is not bad, actually. Now we just have to hope he doesn't tribute. Hinotab is completely fine. Okay. We're in an okay position now. It's not like a fantastic position, but it's not bad. So I can just clear this with this. I am going to attack it with this, because I don't trust it to have low defense, which it did not. And we are going to get him with my lightning guy. Okay, played an electric. Get him with Hourglass. Get him with lightning, and get in with mirror. Okay, So far, things are going pretty good, but he could snowball this round if he just deals with this board, which is not too difficult. Another water. Now, water is an awkward type because we already know he's playing at least a handful of electric. But we should be okay. Famous last words. Okay, so he is a fiend, which means he loses to light. Which means we're pretty good on that front already. And then we just win. Now, is it going to make me duel again? That's the question. The opponent is out of life points. Duel victory. Your deck capacity increased by 3. 800 domino. Injection fairyland. I mean, 183 for those stats is just not worth it, I'm sorry.
Losing to kids is not good corporate strategy. According to my figures, this never should have happened. If we'd fought with our special strategy.
Indubitably so. Observe the true extent of our arsenal.
You left us with no choice. Integral fusion.
Ah! Five-headed dragon. Oh my double gosh, everyone. The Big Bad 5 has summoned a monster. It's FGD, the strongest monster in history. They can't win on their own. We need Kyberman's help. Everyone, we have to call him. Kyberman. Kyberman. Help, Kyberman. Kyberman. Kyberman, help. Hurry, Kyberman. It looks like he heard you.
Throughout history, when evil duelists rear their ugly heads, I awaken from my chaotic slumber. From the deck of my golden soul, I draw thunderous power. I am the Emperor of Duelists. Kyberman is here.
Yeah, Kyberman! Kyberman, take them out! Kyberman, I love you!
Everyone, thank you. Your positive energy strengthens my spirit. Come hither, Blackluster Soldier. Also, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Finally, I fuse the two monsters.
Oh my triple gosh, can it be? Can it actually be? Yes it is, it's Master of Dragon Soldier.
What? Master of Dragon Soldier, attack! Dragon Saber Blast.
Well, I mean, what do you do against the Dragon Saber Blast, really?
How dare you, Kyberman? We'll defeat you next time. Justice always prevails over darkness. Farewell, everyone.
Thank you, Kyberman. Okay, everyone, join us again for the next show. Kyberman's so cool. Dragon Saber Blast. I'm gonna summon that monster too.
I mean, you gotta get your duelist level up and your deck capacity all the way up.
Roland, you played a good Kyberman.
Thank you, Master Mokuba.
Everyone, good work. I'm counting on you again for the next show.
Men, he did give us a job.
But we were once the Big Five.
Is this a job fit for the former Kyber Corp Board of Directors?
No, it's not. I don't want a job entertaining runts. Aww. Where are you going, Big Four? Wait for me. Don't leave me alone. We should go too. Yeah, we should. Wait for us. Well, that was a fun little tangent.
The Big Five are a bunch of weirdos. Man, I'd hate to be them. Joey, Yugi, Tomato, wasn't that fun? Let's all watch the show again sometime.
The Kyberman show is really popular. Well, good job, Roland. You did a good Kyberman. Alright, Ishizu, you gonna tell me where I'm going? It is always important to relax and take a step away from your main mission. For the road of destiny is not a straight path. There are many side roads and streets that you can wander along.
The more roads you take, the more you will see the world, and the more you will learn. However, RESHEF is gaining power far faster than expected. We must return to the main path. Hurry and resurrect the Egyptian god cards. The last Egyptian god card remaining is the Winged Dragon of Ra. In order to restore the final Egyptian god card from stone, please hurry and obtain the next Millennium item. The next Millennium item is... in a place where prehistoric life forms are preserved in rock. A fossil excavation site in Canada. It's so weird to be like, yep, now you're going to Canada. I mean, it makes sense though, right? Because like Canada is where a lot of like, I don't know about dinosaurs specifically, but a lot of like fossilized creatures came from Canada. Or are in Canada. Discovered in Canada. Hello, fellow Canadians. Are you a duelist too? Yes. Is the latest fad among duelists to dig up fossils? Some of your buddies are in the back digging. What are duelists doing here? What if it's... It might be the Neo-Ghouls. Let's go, Tomato. Not the Neo-Ghouls. I love how Ishizu sends you across the world without paying for your commute, and for a break you get a 50-minute vacation where you duel one person. Yeah, we've had a lot kind of thrown on us. It's like, could you save the world? Also, you're gonna have to travel around the entire world. What? It's an earthquake. Is RESHEF's resurrection causing the tremors? Whatever it is, stay on your toes. We better keep moving, guys. It's Rex. What are you three Chumpasaurs doing here? You came all the way out here to see me? Yeah. Millennium item. You came all the way here looking for one of those things? Well, I could tell you what I know, but only if you can beat my dino deck. I've already got the Flame Swordsman ready for this. We've been trading for this. That's the spirit. Let's duel. We could actually start using this thing. Okay. One-of-a-kind card can't be made an anti. Why is that a one-of-a-kind card? Oh, is it just a card that I only have one copy of? Mine should still be duelable, but I think you might just lose without a deck adjustment. Ah, I see. I mean, if we get lucky, we'll probably... But, you know, it means getting lucky. If he's playing dinosaurs, they're most likely Earth, which means Wind would beat him, and we don't want to use Thunder. That's my gut feeling. So let's send in Baby Dragon. That is a Wind. No. There's that Light? I think that's Light. Yeah, it's Light. Okay. So to beat that, I need Dark, which we don't have in our hand yet. Is he going to tribute it? Raise body heat. Uh-oh. Oh, 2580! And now we desperately need a win to get rid of that. Okay. That's not ideal. I need a wind or a shadow. I have neither. So we're probably just going to throw this out. How big is this? Sword Arm Dragon. I need a wind so desperately. That is really not a wind. I think we're just dead, like straight up. I don't think I can do anything here. Okay, we shouldn't die this turn, but we're dead next turn. Okay. That doesn't help. Alright. Not ideal. Should we adjust our deck now? I think we're going to want more wins, one way or another. Type? Is there a way to... There we go. It's like you would be quite good. Alright, so I need to make room first. That's the annoying thing about deck building in this game. I don't know the different like numbers that I have in here. 2 fire, 2 shadow, that's a thunder. We've got 3 forest. Are those the only 3 water? We've got 2 wind. Anything we have 3 of, we should probably start trying to make room. How many fiends? We already have a fiend down there, which means I probably don't need all of these. Right. That should do for now. Ideally, we want number, name, quantity, stars, cost, effect. Okay, so summon is the attribute. I feel like just having more wind is probably going to be beneficial overall. That's looking pretty good. How much attack have you got? You're 600. How much attack have you got? Also 600. Okay, so not a lot of change there. I could do like that just to get a bit of extra attack. Doesn't really change a lot, but I think having more wind is definitely going to be important for this. We're down to 2 waters. We don't need 3 electric, most likely. Especially not in this one. So I'll get another wind in. Okay. Hopefully that will be enough of an update. There are so few dinosaurs in the game, Inflators with effect is almost worthless. Rex 1 doesn't use much Earth as you might think. Rex 2 onwards, yeah. Well, I mean, we just lost that entirely down to 2 big Earth monsters, right? So, at the very least, we're going to try and play around what we've seen. I mean, we might have just got really unlucky there. We'll find out, right? Right. Skip through the chat. Let's a go. Right. So is he not going to let me use this now? Yeah. We'll use this. Swordsman of Landstar. No one gives a crap about Swordsman of Landstar. Okay, that's a fiend, so that loses to light. So I could just throw this down and run into it. Let's do that. Right, let's see what he's got. Fairy Dragon. Okay. Let's throw this down. We can only use the effect until we summon it. Okay, that's good to know. That's something I haven't tried before. Ideally, we want to go wide before we use the effect, but like sometimes we're not really going to get a choice, right? He's going to walk over one of these. He's not going to walk over one of these. Interesting. Why is that? What could he possibly have? Maybe he's played something with high defense. I think I am just going to use this effect because I want to just get big enough that he can't eat. Like, he's not going to have that... 13. 13 is annoying. That is wind, so it loses to forest. So we couldn't really think about that either way. Is he going to tribute? The thing is, if he tributes for a dinosaur, we should be fine anyway, because we have Flame Swordsman in hand. That is a fiend, which automatically loses to light. I think we are going to tribute. We are going to clear this out. And that's not a dinosaur, right? They're both dragons, so using his effect wouldn't have done anything anyway. Okay, if he can't, like, stick a tribute summon, then he's not too scary, right? That's the logic we're going with. Okay, excellent. And we get to 23. Okay, so far so good. I think either way we're going to bash with the 17 because we know he plays 1300 defenders. So there's at least a slim chance he can have one. Alright. We win the rematch. Attack capacity increased, 800 domino. Trachodon. 140 I mean, that is, like, better. I think that's 20 points more, though, for 100 attack over the baby dragon, so... Brah, you win. I wanted to learn how to strengthen my deck. That's why I came here, because there's supposed to be some secret in these parts. But I guess I was wrong. I won't lose next time, though. I don't know if it's what you're looking for,
But I hear that there's something odd in the back of the cave. Good luck on finding that thing. Right, so now the question is, do we put our deck back to how it was? I think we could tweak it a bit. We don't need to put it back exactly how it was, but this might be a good opportunity to just mess with it either way. We'll do this again. We probably don't need the Karibo. I mean, we might have to put the Karibo back in. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. 3 of that, which means I don't really need any more light, which we don't have at the moment anyway. 2 Fiend is probably fine for now. See if we again want to tweak it in a minute. 3 Dream. We have 5 Fire, but I don't really count the other ones at the moment. Right, Wind. We'll go back down to 3 Wind. I can put you in, but you're way too expensive. I really want to put them in, but it's just not happening, is it? Do we only have those as our Earths? That's interesting. Things are very expensive, so we probably want some like cheap Earths if we can. Bet you're not actually that expensive. How much attack have you got? 800. 800 attack is not bad. I mean, it's not a great number, let's be honest, but... Everything's so expensive. Okay, how much water do I actually want in here? I would like a 3rd water, realistically. But that now means we have to take something else out. Earth. Is in a bit of a weird spot. We're at 3 wind right now. I mean, everything's going to be at 3 or 2. Regardless of what I do. I could take out one of the fires, but it's in a bit of a weird spot there. Beans are currently at how many? 2. I take that out, but then I'm still at only 6 points. I don't think it's going to be anything that's 6 points, right? Let's have like a 0 attack, 0 defender or something. I can actually think of one of those cards. And even then I don't know. I could just check that in. Screw it. We'll put Slifer in. If nothing else, it's more like aesthetically pleasing. Those drawn by the Millennium item prove your worth among the sleeping ancient dragons. Swordsman of Landstar, let's go. Ah, this doesn't look like a bad hand. Baby Dragon. Set 1 pass. Black Pendant. 2 Black Pendants. Oh, and it was still too weak. Thank Christ, that could have been very bad. Right, we could use Hourglass. We're just going to boost ourselves up. Set a Bear Trap. Get him 17. Alright. So far, so good. Activate Sparks. Only does 50. And goes on the defensive. Okay, things are looking very good for us so far. I think we are just going to attack with this. I would like to summon another monster, but we can't do that right now, so we're just going to go Baby Dragon Beatdown. Excellent, excellent. Come on, give me a summon. That's what we're talking about. Right, 700. 1200. 17. And with this trap card down, this should be pretty much in the bag. Like, he needs, like, Heavy Storm or something to pull this back, I think. He passes. He knows it's over. Give me that Millennium item. Dual victory. Your deck capacity is increased by 3. 1,000 domino was obtained. Shadow spell. Ooh. 300 cost. That's never making it in. Weakens all the monster on the opponent's field. Every monster's level is lowered by 2. So that's like 1,000 reduction to everything on their board. That's never making it in the deck. Impressive. Take this item. Hey, the rod. I mean, that's going to be good. And it's Merrick.
Who's calling me? I'm living a new life in Egypt. My job as a tomb keeper is over. We will meet again somewhere sometime.
Bye, Merrick. Merrick. We have the Millennium Rod.
Let's get out of here and back to Ishizu.
Bye, Rex. I want my life points back, Ishizu. You have to wait a sec. Your progress has been saved. Excelente.
I see you have obtained the Millennium Rod. Only 2 Millennium items remain. RESHEF, the Dark Being's power grows catastrophic. Time is running out. Please search for the next Millennium item. The next Millennium item is
in the Galapagos Islands. To the Galapagos Islands. I can hear the sea raging. It's shouting as if nature is out of balance. Can you not hear it? Can you not hear the pain of the ocean? I was raised on the high seas, so I can understand when all is not right. The waters are crying, but about what? Actually, what's going on? RESHEF, the Dark Being? That's hard to believe. But the tides have been far from normal. If anything has to do with this mystery, go deeper into the island. You may find something. It's Weevil.
This island is a treasure trove of rare insects. Yo, you're trying to steal my beautiful bugs, aren't you? I'm not sharing any of them with you.
Look! It's been a long time, partner. I've already snatched the Millennium item here, including the ones you have. That makes 6. Ishizu told me to bring back all the Millennium items. Fork over the Millennium items you have. What are you waiting for? Give it. No. What? I said hand it over. Now do it. I mean, this is clearly not Yugi, right? Come on. What are you waiting for, you idiot? Hand over the Millennium items.
Wait a second. There's something wrong about him. Tomato.
What do you mean? I'm the same old dude you know and love. How could things go wrong? I look exactly like him. My disguise is perfect. Most NPCs like Weevil and the Canada people all can duel. Funny enough, I think all of them are strong enough to beat you. I mean, I think most people are probably strong enough to beat me, to be honest. Disguise? No, not a disguise. I meant, my cover is blown, but it doesn't matter.
I am the Mimic of Doom. We'll do for the ultimate. No, we'll do for the Millennium items.
Right, now how tough is this guy going to be? That's the next question. Right, we're on the dark field again. We'll throw you out in defense, I think. Let's see what he's got. No spell or traps is a little bit scary, but 500 damage of an Ukazi? 1,000 attack. It is a grass though, so I can beat that up with fire. Now, we're just going to kind of hope that he doesn't have any non-forests in hand. Okay, what is that going to be? That is green, so it loses to Fiend. We do not have a Fiend, which means I cannot out this. That's annoying. I don't have a lot I can do about this, so we will simply defend. Alright, what's the other one? Another one. So if I just get a fiend, I can out his whole board. That's not a fiend. Things are not looking good for us. This might be another loss, unfortunately. No trap cards makes this rather awkward. A water, so electric would be pretty good into that. You're a little bit late. Still just cannot out any of this at all. We're going to see if we can survive another turn, but I think we're screwed no matter what, really. $11.50. $11.50. Okay. Go! Baby dragon! We're doing what we can. He's gonna crash, and that should be game, right? Yeah. 12, and then another 11. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. But that is pretty much the end of my stream time. So that is where I think we are going to call it for today. So we'll go ahead and go to our stream ending screen. This has been a fun one. I know not everyone is like super into games like this, but I really like old school Yu-Gi-Oh games, and I really like RPG card games. I think they're really, really fun. So my plan is to stream this next Sunday, and if we don't finish it next Sunday, which we might not, then we'll do it the Sunday after that as well. That is the current plan. We'll see where that goes. As for the regular streams, we are going to be doing a regular stream on Tuesday. We are going to continue the watch along on Wednesday, and we are going to be doing our regular stream on Thursday. But that is the plan. I hope everyone enjoyed watching this. I at least had fun playing it, so at least I've got that going for me. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!